Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Miles Stacks. Welcome to another edition. We are live tonight. It's Friday night. June 26th? I want to say June 26th, June 25th. Look, one of them. Look, your boy getting his days mixed up a little bit. But listen, hope everybody's having a blessed Friday so far. Thank you guys for tuning in. We got an action-packed, content-packed night for you guys. So we're going to start off with a couple of sports topics. And then we'll also get into some real conversations too. Anybody who's in the chat, you are welcome to also join the conversation. Again, I'll post a link for you guys to join the if you want to join the you want to join the panel or anything of that nature. I'll post the link in the chat in a little bit. I'll let a couple of you guys get in here first. And but I don't even hold on. HH, yeah, that's me. You feel me? HH is live. Yes, sir. Look, we live every night, y'all, 9:30. Like I said, get the word out. And we starting out again on the Fresh New channel. But yeah, we are pushing great content out. We had a great conversation last night. We got Josh joining us again tonight. We should have another guest as well joining on later on. And then we're gonna go over a couple of promos too to start off for the show. Again, look, we're gonna talk about a lot tonight. Again, we'll start in the sports section, and then we'll speak on a couple other topics as well. And if we have it, if our guest comes on tonight, then we'll change lanes a little bit into a little more serious conversation. But you guys know how we are. It's a free flowing conversation. Nothing is scripted. Everything could be unplanned or planned. It just seems like we just be flowing a conversation. You feel me? So I'm gonna go ahead and add Josh on, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And we will also start off by giving his cousin a shout out. I'll let him speak on a little bit about that. But in the meantime, I'll add Josh on so he can introduce himself to y'all tonight. Go ahead, Josh. They can hear you. Josh, you there? One second. Let me see. All right. Well, while we're waiting on him to rejoin, I'll go ahead and just get it started. So just one second, y'all. So right here, we are going ahead and start the promo on this. So this is an upcoming fighting match. I said fighting, upcoming boxing match. I guess it's influencer a lightweight title, xrumble.com. So again, we had the guy Josh on yesterday. This is his cousin over here, Cash Kai. So we are rocking with her. We taking her side in this fight, you feel me? But this is tough though. I'm not gonna hold you out. It's gonna be a Harris, Philadelphia. So if you can support these ladies in this boxing match coming up, again, this is also something dope too. So one thing speaking about this, people, is you got to see the vision sometimes, you know. So when somebody is going out there looking to either professional boxing, amateur boxing, or whatever type of sport it is, when they are putting their all into a sport or into a craft, like I said yesterday, we gotta learn to support our people. So again, this is one of my folks, is one of his folks, Cash Kai. So we rocking her corner. Again, if you are interested in women's boxing or supporting the event at all, you can go to xrumble.com to go ahead and purchase your ticket there. You can use the X Rumble app, I guess, as well, to watch the fight too. Again, we'll speak on a little bit more as well if you're able to get Josh on. So he got to give you guys a little more details as well. Just one moment. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and bring up this last other image real fast. Just one second, y'all. Sorry about this. So again, I have a Windows PC now, so I can't just download pictures from my phone and it just automatically goes to my computer. So I have to manually email it to me. Just one second. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and bring Josh on, and then I'll let him give you guys a little more details on the boxing event that'll be taking place tomorrow. And my correction, today is the June 26th. The fight will be tomorrow, June 27th. So let me just go ahead and send this other image over to my phone, then we'll go ahead and get started for the night. And again, I'm hoping everybody's having a great Friday evening. All right, Josh, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
so
perfect.
Just a few things. So shout out to my cousin. Definitely super proud of her. My cousin Cash Kai, as y'all see here, she's been doing celebrity boxing for a few months now. She already has her own boxing collective coming out of Delaware, which is 302 Gloves Up, which I'm super proud about. So tomorrow, June 27th, 7 p.m. Eastern time at the Harris Casino in Philadelphia, my cousin Cash Kai is going against Anomaly Aubrey. It's a influencer lightweight title fight. You know, she fought the first time. She was the undercard for the fight with Krishan and Venus Zion, which was Krishan, the reality star. Everybody knows her. So definitely shout out to you, Cuzzo. Love you. Tune in for that. And also quick shout out to my daughter Chloe. Love you. Your snacks is in the deep freezer. Don't text me asking where they at. But shout out Clo, love you. Thank you for tuning in and checking your dad out. And yeah, y'all tune into that fight. You can go to xrumble.com if you want to pay to watch the live stream. And if you still want to go, it's at the Errors tomorrow, Saturday, June 27th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it's sponsored by X Rumble and Celebrity Boxing.
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna go ahead and put up the other image for you guys too. Just one moment. So this right here is this her. This is her. What's this?
No, so this right here is my little bro. Shout out to my little bro, Lil Cree. Man, that's like my brother. I manage him, but I don't even consider it like that. But this is his new project, Unpredictable. 12 tracks of straight bangers. I made the cover art, so anybody out there hit me up for the cover art. Dope. It's not even much I got to say. Bro is top notch in my opinion when it comes to musicianship, especially being an artist. He's from Wilmington, Delaware, but you wouldn't know it because he's reached global heights already. He has the Lil Cree Challenge, which is viral on TikTok. He launched it in December of last year. Since then, we got almost 50 challenges under his belt, and we got people as far as the UK and France that have done the challenge. So hashtag Lil Cree Challenge on TikTok. Unpredictable is on all platforms. Search up Lil Cree, Lilkree. You can follow him on TikTok at The Struggle Baby. That is THA Struggle STRUGGLE Baby BABY for all things Lil Cree. And love you, bro. Appreciate you for always being down. And once again, appreciate you for letting me get that out there, bro.
Oh no, that's cool. Look, I try to tell people this. I'm all about supporting local artists, up and coming artists, whether it's music. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we should support your cousin doing the boxing. I don't really care what it is. You feel me? I'm all about supporting people that are putting their time and effort into their craft, into their skills. You feel me? They're looking to evolve as a person. I'm all about supporting them. So that's gonna be my message too. When I'm out here, you feel me, networking. Everything of that nature, you feel me? So when I'm networking, I'm telling people just as like this, yo, listen, I'm an up and coming YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? I do this at the same time, open for collaborations. I'm open for either, you know what I mean? Don't matter what it is. If you got something you want to promote, I'm not gonna give you the whole show to promote it, you feel me? But you can take a good 5-10 minutes, get your story out there, get your, you know what I'm saying? If you got a new project, you got a new single you want pushed out there, you know what I'm saying? We could use one to each his own, you feel me? So shout out to them. And if you can't, well, he's on Apple Music. I'm gonna tap into some of his songs and stuff, because what I like doing is that I tell artists this: listen, send me your music, whether it's unreleased or it is released, whatever the case may be. But I can always use it as an intro.
Now, one thing I can say real quick.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I can say real quick, since you said you're gonna go check him out, I gotta put you on game to the best of his best. Now, I've been here for I've executive produced damn near every project he's put out, every track he's ever put out ever since he wanted to do music. I have heard, my ears have been blessed with his talent. Me, myself, I'm a producer. Everyone knows that. His greatest album to date, in my personal opinion, outside of the one I just showed you, Unpredictable, is an album he put out late 2021 going into 2022, which is Let Me Vent. I produced a track on there called All Over the Place. So check that out.
That's tough.
And one of his most commercial songs comes from that project too. She Just Don't Understand, and that's featuring T-Rail. And that's one of his major commercial tracks. But all of his music is good. Bro has many EPs and projects out, so you can sit for hours and tune into him. But
that's a bit.
Definitely.
Look, you already know what I'm gonna say. Share me the link to his stuff, and I'm all for supporting the music. And then the best track I find on there, look, I'll play it on one of my either a reel or a story. It don't matter. Again, I'm all about supporting our young talent, whether it's local, underground, however you want to word it. You feel me? It's always about giving people a chance and a platform. You feel me? And as a platform that's growing, I'm always looking to network with people to just get our reach out there. You feel me? So yeah, we could definitely look. If you want to come on for one evening, you know what I'm saying, talk about his project or whatever the case may be, we could do like a test run, a run through. It don't gotta be live. It could be a pre-recording type joint. You feel me? So if you want anything cut out or edited out, look, I do all that. So I'm with it. Plug us in. You feel me? Let's get him on here,
sure,
and let's get him comfortable. So when he goes to those big media outlets, he's gonna be a lot more comfortable with telling his story or highlighting his what his career aspirations are as a rapper and stuff like that. So for sure, shout out him. But yeah, y'all, listen, tonight, like I mentioned, we are going to start. What's good? So I just came up on my screen. The HH was got my boy. But yeah, we're gonna start right now, y'all, with again, LaMelo Ball was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I'm just gonna pull up the full trade details, and we're gonna start right here. And then also we'll speak on Jalen Duren contract situation with the Pistons, and then we'll move on to the other topics too. Like I said, this live is Like last night we did police brutality and community building. Tonight we're going to shift a little bit into the sports entertainment. But if you guys have any topics or something, you could drop it in the chat below, and we'll speak on those as well. So that's what I mean as far as us being a multi-content platform. You feel me? We speak about any and everything. Nothing is going to be strictly on one topic or one lane. You feel me? So we touch on all topics and everything. This is how you reach a broader audience, and also just in general, this is how we communicate, you know what I'm saying, in the barbershop or with our bros just off camera. You feel me? So that's why I like to keep it a lot more personal and just real with you guys. This is how I talk off camera. This is how I talk on camera. Nothing changes with a light being on or when a light is off. You feel me? So that's what I say. I'm just bringing you guys into that transparency. But yeah, listen, so I'm gonna bring up this right here is the LaMelo Ball trade details. If you don't know, he was a point guard for the Charlotte Hornets, drafted number 3 overall. He was traded, I believe it was yesterday, to the Timberwolves for Naz Reid, and also they had 3 pick swaps. If you don't know what a pick swap is, that's basically like a team. Just if I'm picking 20, you may get the best of the picks. So if you're at 11 and I'm 20, our picks are swapping. So either you get the best of it, so I'll get 11, and now you get the 20th pick. That's what they mean by the pick swaps. But it was 3 first-round pick swaps, and also Naz Reid sent to the Charlotte Hornets. In return, the Timberwolves got back Josh Green, LaMelo Ball, and also the Hornets also got 3 second-round picks as well. Listen, the second-round picks is kind of like, they're not really that big a part of the deal. We have seen a lot more successful second-rounders coming up, though, in the NBA. So I ain't gonna say they worthless, but it's not really that big of a deal if a second-round pick is included in a trade. Those first-round pick swaps is big because the Timberwolves would have been without first-round picks if they didn't have pick swaps. So that's why it was important for them to get something back in that return as well. But overall, I'm seeing a lot of different sports, especially sports podcasts or sports shows speaking on this. That's why we had to touch base on it as well. LaMelo Ball being next to Anthony Edwards is huge. Finally gives Anthony Edwards a dynamic point guard that he hasn't had since been to Minnesota. They had Mike Conley, but Mike Conley is older, so he's past his prime. You feel me? They haven't had a dominant in his prime point guard, which LaMelo Ball is. Again, he's only 24, turned 25. Hey, this is a perfect pairing for 2 young. And granted, they were both in the same draft too. Anthony Edwards, number 1 overall pick in that draft. LaMelo Ball's number 3 overall pick. So it's very rare that you have 2 of the top 3 picks on the same team in their prime. You feel me? So this is why I'm excited. And Josh, what do you think about this trade?
Shout out Cree again, because before we hopped on the air for the podcast, I was talking to him about this exact trade. Anthony Edwards, via Legion Hoops, Anthony Edwards came out and made a statement as well. And he said straight up, for lack thereof, if it don't work with LaMelo, he's out of there. And I feel like
for sure,
how the West has evolved over the years, more back into like the Showtime era style of basketball in terms of high octane. LaMelo is the perfect fit to go to Minnesota. I feel like they do take a little chip off the shoulder a little bit with losing Naz Reid, a recent 6th man of the year. And I feel like that is a little hurt, but it's not nothing to necessarily cry over, because you can always fill that spot out with a rotational player, or, when free agency comes back around trade deadline after the All-Star break around that time. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of fans in Charlotte are probably scratching their heads and wondering, like, why did we give up our centerpiece? And I feel like Charlotte always had that image of trying to build young, and LaMelo took them to a few playoff series, and also has.
They never made the playoffs with him, believe it or not, bro. It was the play in.
They won the play in, didn't they, this year?
Nah, they lost to the Magic.
Nah. Well, he brought 2 play-in appearances, and I feel like for what it's worth, with the pieces that he's been given, I don't know why they expected to go any further, to be honest.
Facts. That's a fact. It felt like the playoffs, though, but yeah, I thought he made the playoffs again, too.
For the most part, but necessarily, I will say this, he gave them the best season that they had, if I'm not mistaken, in the last 5 to 10 years, last decade or so, the best record they've had since the Kemba years. So I look at it as it's time to go. He's still young, but he needs to find his identity somewhere that can turn into winning, but not only winning, it can turn into progressional basketball. And because he did have some good positive seasons in Charlotte, but it didn't turn into nothing. You're talking about a team that, what was it, 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, or a year ago, that was in the Western Conference Finals, lost to Dallas in Minnesota. And I feel like with LaMelo alongside Ant-Man, I feel like they have a strong chance of seeing some type of prominence like that in the next season or two. Give or take, the West is tough, but
Yeah.
all in all, I say that's a solid B plus to an A, in my opinion, on Minnesota side.
Hmm.
Definitely feel like that's a good. They needed that because Conley,
Yeah.
as we said before, Conley's getting a little older, so I feel like that was definitely good on Minnesota's part picking up ball.
Yeah. Conley Older and with Julius Randle being such a I want to say he's an inefficient ball dominant forward. So it doesn't really bode well for somebody like a shooting guard like Anthony Edwards, where you need the floor to be spaced out. That's why I traded Cat was so big, like such big of a loss for them. You feel me? Even though they made it back to the Western Conference that following year, you really seen it showing its head. But this year they got injuries, so I can't really even say this year that they wouldn't have made the Western Conference Finals again. And they could have possibly beat the Spurs if they had a healthy Anthony Edwards. Remember, Dante DiVincenzo, he tore his Achilles. Ayo Dosunmu was battling injuries, like little knick-knack injuries too. Ant was dealing with that with the knee injury that was keeping him sidelined or limiting his minutes too. You feel me? So we don't know if this past Wolves team would have made the Western Conference Finals, but one thing we do know is that again, you trade a Ford who is kind of like sporadic with his shot making, his shot ability, his shot taking ability, you feel me, and his playmaking ability as well. Granted, he's a very physical force, so it's hard to replace somebody that's real physical on both ends of the floor. But putting LaMelo Ball at the one, you could put Jaden McDaniels at the 3 or 4. You can move Anthony Edwards to the 2 or 3, and then you have they extended Ayo on a 5-year deal. So they got kind of like a small ball with Rudy Gobert at the 5. You feel me? So that 5-man lineup can definitely get you to a 48, probably 50, 52, 53 win season next year with its upcoming season. So, I mean, I'm expecting them to do good in the West. Granted, the West is very competitive. All the young teams are competitive. The Phoenix Suns should be better next year. The Trailblazers are going to be healthy next year, but adding Dame Lillard back. So it's definitely not going to be a walk in the park. I'm not saying that by any means, but I can see Minnesota still making the playoffs next year. This year they were the I believe they were the 6th seed, if I'm not mistaken, or like the 6th or 5th seed around there. You feel me? So yeah, they were the 6th seed because they played the 3rd seed this year. You feel me? So they were still in that possibility of being in a play-in team. They just happened to turn it up in the second half of the season to make the playoff bracket. So again, I'm excited to see this. They say it's two YNs on the team together. So I'm hyped to just see the oops, the alley-oops from LaMelo to Anthony Edwards, the fast breaks, all that. Like that energy that they're gonna have is gonna be infectious to the crowd. So yeah, like you said though, Anthony Edwards, he did drop that report that this doesn't work out. He's gonna be looking to be out. I put it around the same timeline as like when Kevin Garnett was there. Like he gave Minnesota all the chances in the world, gave everything he could to Minnesota. But at some point in time, if it's not working out, you got to exit, and you want to exit left early instead of late. Like you don't want to be in a situation where, hold on, sorry, close the door real quick. Close the door. I'm bad. Sorry about that, y'all. You don't want to be in a situation where you are past your prime and you're trying to move. You feel me? So if he gives it a 2 years, I say 2 years, 3 years at most. You feel me? If they don't at least make it back to the Western Conference Finals, then yeah, I'll be looking to move on from that situation too. Yeah, that's it, yo. I mean, that trade is it's just the beginning of before again, free agency starts next week. So that's when there's really going to be a lot of crazy moves too in the NBA. You're probably going to see a lot of signing trades, but we'll move on to the next topic as well in the NBA. This right here is also one of the bigger moves as well. This is probably the biggest free agent outside of LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard. Probably with a signing, not a signing trade, but being traded this offseason. This is going to be your next available best player on the market. And if you don't know, this guy right here, he had a down playoffs, but this is right here, Jalen Duren. So I have this little brief thing right here for you guys, so you can just read it as well. But yeah, so look, this is what he's eligible for. This is why I was telling you earlier, Josh. He's probably not going to sign that 220, 230, or the Pistons are not going to pay him more than Cade Cunningham. I know that for sure. And then how he played in the playoffs, it's not justified for him to get that full max. But because he made All NBA, it gives him that super max extension now. So his max before probably would have been like 5-year 260 or 250. You feel me? You could probably do that for an All NBA center. Well, I'm saying All-Star center. But because he made All NBA, it bumps him all the way up to being eligible for a 5-year, $287 million extension. That's what his agent is looking at, and that's what Jalen Duren is looking at. So they're going to be far off. If he's at 220, now people might say you may take the 220, or 230 or 240, but that's still a $40 million gap on what he could be getting as far as the full extension. So this is why now a sign and trade is probably going to be in play, or they'll let him go out there and test free agency, because in free agency he can only get, I think the max in free agency he can only get is I think it's 4-year 177 million or 180 million, something around there, because the teams in free agency can't give him as much money as his team that is, his team that he's initially drafted by.
He pissing me off. He did so before I give my take, I just want to make sure I see all of this correct. So you're telling me that since he made All NBA, Detroit can give him 5 years, 287 million. He's not happy with that and wants to explore his options, correct?
Yeah, because they don't want to pay him that much. That's hey Lucia, thank you for tuning into the stream. I appreciate it, and I see you on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. If you can share the live out to anybody, that'd be I'm saying interested on listening to this conversation as well, or just for our channel as well. You feel me? But yeah, so that's the problem with that 65 game minimum that you heard a lot of players complaining about when it first got initiated, because some of the stars will technically meet that 60 if they didn't meet the 65 game minimum. For instance, like a Joel Embiid, he probably still would have made All NBA this year. You feel me? Just based off of the points and stuff he was pointing up. So a player like this wouldn't be eligible to be on All NBA, but because he made All NBA, and now makes him go all the way up. So I can look up.
What is he looking at getting?
That the reports are with that.
No, meaning, but it says Detroit has hesitation on giving him that much. So what are they trying to counter offer?
All right, well, so I'll look up the offer that he was given today, or their most recent offer. But see, the issue is that with these scenarios is that this is why they said Jaylen Brown could be on the move for Jalen Duren. This is why they said Jalen Duren could be on the move to even like the Hornets. The Hornets now have either between 40 to 50 million in cap space now. So that's also a sign and trade destination from the Bucks is now after letting go of Giannis. So yeah, but I'm gonna look up his exact offer that he turned down. Just one moment.
Yeah, I need to see that exact offer, because if the offer is anywhere still in the 200 mils, he need to stop complaining, because you're not going to, just like my boy Cree said, and I agree, you're not getting more than Cade. Let's start there. You're not getting more than Cade. So I don't even understand. If they giving him 210, 220, he can't complain. Mm-hmm. And he did take a crazy dip in the playoffs. Even though he's still young, it happened. So be grateful that you still getting what you're getting, because what you're getting is worthy. And I don't blame Detroit for being a little hesitant.
Yeah, I'm trying to check right now. They don't see, they just have the amount that here we go. Yeah, this is about the same thing I was kind of saying earlier. I'm gonna share the other screen 1 second, y'all. So right here.
Mm-hmm. Because that's definitely what I want to see is
so this is all they have again, because they didn't do the reports on what Detroit's offer was just at the moment, but they did mention of what he's able to get from another team, which would be the 4-year 177 million. So that's what he'll be able to get on the market if he does go into he's in restricted free agency now, but if he goes onto the market when free agency starts, that's the max offer he can get from another team. So I could assume that Detroit's probably adding another year, so probably a 5-year. Like I said, they're probably doing 200, 220, 230 around there, realistically.
Okay.
Because that will fall a line around the per average for here. But that's why I said it's such a hard situation to really understand. Like,
it ain't hard for me.
And no, it's not.
He got to stay put. My thing is, you trying to go out here and test the market like a lot of these teams already don't have their answers for a big. And mind you, you can get that at the max, but my guy, you're going into your 3rd season, and you just proved that you belong. So why would you leave a team that is low-key centered around your game? Because, I mean, Cade is Cade, but you were a central piece this year all year long, and you made All NBA. So you are one of the top centers in the league right now. Why would you leave the team that gave you that identity to test the market? Then you're going to go somewhere, and I can guarantee you 70% out of 100, you're going to take a dip.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, he'll probably still average about 20, and he averaged 20 and 10 last year. He could definitely do that on another team, though, for sure.
Who's giving him 4 years, 177? Give me a team right now that's giving him 4 years, 177.
I'll tell you, the Hornets are in contention to do that because they don't have a big man.
they don't got a guard like that neither. Yeah, they just signed Kobe White, but
Kobe White,
damn,
and they just drafted a point guard.
right. So they got to see how that's going to pan out. They not about to dump.
They
not about
would.
to dump no.
They would, because look, they got Brandon Miller, Con Knipple, Miles Bridges, and then they gonna add, they got Kobe White under extension, so they would add a Jalen Duren. Like that's a young core right there. They're not looking at, because they could go over the salary cap for the other players, but if they could sign him this year, that'll probably be who they'd be offering. But I think Detroit will match any offer. But again, how he played in the playoffs will give them hesitation. You feel me? Because you just showed that you're limited against certain teams, or like your style basically like you're a regular season player, and when it comes to the playoffs, it may not be playoff winning basketball. Like we have a Cade Cunningham, we know for sure he's the future. He is the one piece that we could build around. Everybody else has to fit around Cade. If you don't complement Cade Cunningham's game, then I don't probably see you really lasting long on the Pistons. That's why I said, like, I think a sign and trade would be in their best offer. If you could get a couple for 2 first-round picks for him and a good player back, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you already traded Isaiah Stewart away.
You really think a sign and trade is the best for him right now after the successful season they just had?
I mean, you gotta see, like, these young players. What does he prioritize? You feel me? I'm not questioning if he's a winner or not. I'm questioning what is he prioritizing right now? Is he looking at staying at the number 1 seed in the East, or is he looking at getting his money? To me, it looks like he's looking at getting his money. He feels like his 82 game season.
And I feel like if it's hesitation with Detroit trying to give him that money, I get it. But I feel like Detroit's not going to give him nothing corny to keep him. They're still going to give him something that he is worth of having. So why are you even contemplating? Because dig this. Imagine if you do test the free agent market and somebody, I honestly don't feel like teams is going to give him a 4-year 177. I feel like other teams out here is probably going to give him a 4-year 120, 130.
Well, look, even if you get that Detroit going to be happy to match that. You feel me?
But that's the thing. But I was just about to get to that. Detroit will be happy to match that because that's way below what they probably was going to give him as a counter offer anyway. So he's jeopardizing himself regardless. Because I can honestly agree that they're going to give him over the minimum that the free agent market is allowing him to have with the 4 years. They're going to at least, like you said, a 210, 220. That's cool. That's not bad. If you win the 200 period, I feel like you shouldn't complain. Over 4 years, that's not bad. You you're
not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said now you're not wrong. Like, again, he could be in a situation like Cam Thomas. How Cam Thomas thought he was going to get, he didn't get an extension from the Nets. He tested for restricted free agency, didn't get an offer from anyone. You feel me? So he played on a 1-year deal, the qualifying offer after that, and now he's out the league until he gets signed. You feel me? So that is also a possibility or a possible route for Jalen Duren. I just think because he's a 6'9", 6'10", 6'9", however tall he is, a center, it's hard to find a big man that averages 20 and 10 in today's NBA. And he also shoots 65% shooting as well from the field. Most of his shots are in the paint, but still, like, that's a high efficiency. So I could see a team like the Lakers. You feel me? I could see them.
No. What about us?
I could definitely see y'all would take him over DeAndre Ayton. I'm pretty sure.
Nah.
Nah.
I'll turn my camera on for this one. No, hell no. I feel like.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be too mad at it, but I wouldn't necessarily agree with it either.
For Luka, you would take, for Austin Reeves and Luka's play style, you would definitely take a Jalen Duren over DeAndre Ayton. Even though DeAndre Ayton had better stats in the playoffs.
I feel like Ayton just be playing like a goofy sometime, but he know what to do. We've seen what he can do when he's efficient.
Number 1 pick for a reason, bro. He's talented. He's just lazy.
Yeah, but
lazy-ish.
Also,
I say he's
like
lazy all the time.
Duren was drafted to Detroit, so why would you give up your identity? I feel like JB Bickerstaff has done a great job over there in nurturing that team.
Yeah.
And why would you give up on that? You all NBA third team this year. I feel like you stay in Detroit, get cooking. They just picked up Isaiah Joe from OKC. That was a great pickup.
That's a great pickup. Pickup.
Why would you leave to try to test the market when you just came into your own? And I feel like that's a curse in sports. Like as soon as people come into their own, they get too high for their bridges and try to take a big contract someplace else and never work.
Facts, yo. Fact. Now you ain't lying.
And
I
I
ain't gonna
just feel
hold you
like
though. Yeah. I mean,
I feel
I'm
like
saying with Detroit. They let go Isaiah Stewart, so I don't know. I don't know what Detroit don't. It don't look like they try to run it back with that same squad. I don't know why, but I would have kept that same squad, added Isaiah Joe, and then
why not though?
you feel me? Yeah, I would have kept that same squad. That team is too young to just break it up off of one bad. They still made the second round. Like, what? It's too early just to break it up. You feel
And
me?
then they did. This is the best season they've had thus far under Coach Bickerstaff. This is the
This is the best season they had since the since that like the 03-04 season for
Yeah, to be honest, they ain't looked this great since Chauncey and numbers over there. So it's like, why? You know why? But I will say this: if you didn't, I want to ask you this because as y'all see our gear, I'm a diehard Lakers fan. As y'all see the shirt. Just had to show y'all that. And as y'all can see, bro got his Celtics.
Yeah, you already know. I'll bring a Jaylen Brown clip up right now. We had Stephen A. Smith all night. We had Stephen A. Smith all night. What you talking about?
So how do you feel about Legion Hoops put this out earlier? I wanted to ask you this. How you feel about Brad Stevens, you know, president of operations for y'all? He said that he's not getting rid of Brown unless a team either gives up a franchise piece or 4 first-round picks. How do you feel about that?
Yo, that's literally, I tell people all the time. Jason Tatum is unfortunately, it's been like this since they've both been on the team. Jason Tatum is the untouchable asset on the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown, because he's such a valuable 1B, 1A player, however you want to look at him, he would be the only other tradable piece on our team that we will only let go if we were blown away by the offer. You feel me? So even he's always been in trade talks, from it being about Anthony Davis coming to Boston before he went to the Lakers. Jaylen Brown was in that trade package. You feel me? Whether it was a sign-in trade for Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown was in those trade talks. You feel me? So he's always the piece that's included because he's very valuable. But I will say this: the Celtics don't have any loyalty to anybody but Jason Tatum. So if I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm going to stay with the Celtics right now. But if you're going to keep throwing my name in trade rumors, I will feel how he feels. Trade me somewhere that I can go ahead and show my worth. You feel me? Don't keep me if you're just going to keep me here because you can't find something to trade me for. You tried trading me for Giannis. You tried trading me for whoever. You feel me? So again, the Celtics are a weird organization. You never know what they're thinking. Nobody thought we would break up Porzingis, Jrue Holiday. You know what I'm saying? Before we would trade them off last all season. So
I didn't think y'all was going to get rid of Holiday.
For luxury tax reasons, but we saved $400 million basically in luxury tax. Like in because it was projected like 520 after those trades. I think it was like 185. You feel me? So that's why they let them two go. Remember, we got new owners, so that when you get a new owner in the NBA, they're always looking to find a way to cut corners or save money here and there. They just spent billions of dollars on a team. You feel me? So it ain't like they cheap there. They just trying to recoup their money somewhere back.
That's true.
So they won't be willing to pay a luxury tax unless they have a championship team. But since the Celtics just won a championship, that's why those previous owners sold. They already knew what was coming. You feel me? You got two players in your team making $60 million apiece. It's gonna be hard to build a roster around that. So they had extended Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Kristaps Porzingis, but they only kept Derek White out of those three people. So, but again, I'm on Jaylen Brown's side, guys. I know I'll be always joking about trading him and stuff like that, but real spill, I'm on his side.
I agree. He just better not be whining about no unloyalty, because I look at it like this.
Yeah, it's a business.
I feel like
I know that
if he wanted to stay in Boston, he wouldn't have had a great year this year, because nobody expected y'all to have a great year this year because of the injury. I feel like with him balling out to try to prove a point, I'm that guy. It's like, do you not forget who had the better upside in any way and who evolved more and who's the franchise player right now? It's Tatum. He's Batman. You're Robin. If you want to be Batman, then
go somewhere else.
You got to go somewhere else. I feel like by him having that's why I'm saying if he does get traded, he better not complain about Boston being unloyal or anything, because you asked for it. You literally.
But they're gonna trade him. They're gonna get him out of Boston. All right. Here's the real reason they try to get him out of Boston. He too smart. That's the problem. Feel me? He touch on this, and I'm not saying too smart in the bad way, guys. I'm saying like he articulates himself well. You feel me? He speaks well. He's a very bright dude. You feel me? Very intelligent. But the issue is that They're not trying to have that the messages he be pushing out, the topics he speak on. They don't want their star player doing that. Like this ain't LeBron when he was in Cleveland with the I Promise school and going with the Clintons out there or Obama out there for a presidential campaign. Oh, nah, it's not that. We talking about somebody who like LeBron had a whole team with him when he was out there doing his political message and all that stuff. You don't see Steph Curry out there doing that. What I'm saying about Jaylen Brown is that he can actually go out there himself, not with no team, by himself, and have a very intellectual conversation. He will speak on all the racist stuff from the racism in Boston to racism in America, but he can articulate himself so well that he definitely will impact the youth. So getting him out of one of the premier teams, one of the premier markets in the NBA, you can see that. He just called out ESPN and Disney, bro. Like, we ain't talking about like he just doing like small crumb stuff. though. He calling out the machine. You feel me? So if he got traded Pelicans, we know why they put him in a smaller market.
So I have an interesting question. And this is the headline. Is Ja Morant's future in the NBA finished? Because I think the door is about 80% closed. According to Legion Hoops, Memphis was expecting to get rid of him by the draft, and no teams have spoken up with any interest in him whatsoever.
It's because he can't shoot. You're not training for a point guard that can't shoot. I ain't gonna hold. I'm a Ja fan. But he didn't get better since he came into the since like his third or fourth year. Whenever he averaged 27 in the NBA, he hasn't got better since from that season. You feel me? So it's hard to trade for somebody where you don't see their game improving. Yeah, he could still get 24 or 25 a night. But even when he played this past season, it still wasn't like the same Ja Morant. It was like, and he was butting heads with the coach on how the system was, or he tried to play within the system. So some games he wasn't as aggressive as other games. You feel me? That's the problem.
And not only that, Carmelo said it best, bro. It's a business. They not going to tolerate some of the stuff that you was doing on and off the court.
Exactly.
And the fact that Memphis gave you multiple chances and you still blew them, and they still had faith in you to try to get it together, just for you to come back off an injury and give lackluster effort. Yeah, brother, your time is up.
You be out the league. Yo, I ain't see these players got it messed up, bro. Remember, y'all in a billion dollar business. So even though these owners invested hundreds of millions into you, that don't mean they won't cut ties with you once that contract.
You see, JB got the richest contract in NBA history, 300 plus. Yeah, and you see they want to get rid of him.
He doing good.
Open to getting rid of him.
And he hooping.
So that lets you know, like you said, it's a business at the end of the day.
It's a business, like bro, for real.
I feel like Ja kind of started. And I hate to say, I just gotta say this real quick. I just gotta get this point out real quick, and you got it.
You good?
And I hate to say it, but not to like get on the topic of fathers, but I gotta say it. And this is that he has a great dad, but even for the people that don't like LeVar Ball, it got to the point to where you even seen in LeVar Ball that he had no choice but to let his son flap their wings and do their thing. And you see, everybody doubted that LaMelo was going to be anything. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't think LaMelo was going to be anything. He proved me fucking wrong.
He proved a lot of people wrong. Fact.
He proved a lot of people wrong. And I feel like when it comes to Ja, it was the same thing. They both was the captain of their own ships on young teams, a young core. Yeah. But I feel like LaMelo was more poised with it, more control. I feel like that family values and the stance of, just because you bringing in these hundreds of millions, you still got to lead a certain way. And it shows. Because you could see the maturity each year. And it felt like the better Ja was getting, the more immature he was getting. And then you could also see it with the issues that with his pop had, the few on-the-court issues he had, infamously the one with Shannon Sharp. Yep. And, it's just one of those things to where it's like, you got the talent. You see these type of players coming in and out of the league, like the Latrell Sprewells, all-star, star talent. The personal problems get in the way. And we've seen that a lot, like the Dennis Rodman,
Michael Beasley, all them, bro.
We've seen it, like
having that lack of leadership from his dad is also a big point because, again, like even a father like LeVar Ball, he didn't do anything that would hurt his son's career. All he did was hype his sons up to be top draft picks. You feel what I'm saying? Like he got Lonzo. Like, and granted, people may not agree with LeVar Ball's antics, but he got his son drafted number 2 by the Lakers. Then he got his other son drafted number 3 by the Hornets. That was because, again, they're extremely talented. They deserve to be drafted high in those drafts. But what I'm saying is that he was able to market his kids to be drafted well. The issue with Ja Morant's dad, T. Morant, is that he didn't do anything to correct his son's off the court behavior that led him to getting suspended by the NBA because he was brandishing a gun. A gun fell out in a club. Then he's showing a gun, whether it was a lighter or a gun a gun shaped lighter on live. You feel me? It doesn't matter. The fact that you couldn't control those basic antics, like after you spoke with the commissioner of the league, come on, bro. Like as a dad, you got to step in. You feel me?
And I put it also like this. Allen Iverson put out a rap album that got taken off everything because David Stern found out.
Oh, I can hear you, bro. Go ahead. You good?
And because David Stern had found out. And just like how Carmelo tells the infamous story, how he was involved around certain people of the streets, and David Stern called him to the office and said, if you don't stop hanging around them folks, you gonna
be knowing.
Carmelo
he said
the
FBI for sure, bro.
Yeah, so it's like you hear these rumblings all the time about you and I want to put a PSA out there, and this is just for anything. Sports entertainment, anybody that got kids or children who have desires to be athletes or entertainers, and you know that your child really might just go somewhere, and even now, you as the parent, you gotta have a thin line between being, the parent and being like the manager. Like, for example, you hear stories all the time how people's parents was their managers and they took it as it's my time to shine. No, it's not. It's your job to guide your child while they're searching.
Too many parents is their kids' friends, bro. That's the issue.
And you see it because if I know, like, my daughter, she can sing, she does many things. If I know that she's doing certain things, whether it's hair, singing, and I know we're getting deals on the table and all that, I'm gonna tell her. Just like I tell her in natural life, like, there is a way you got to present yourself because you're African American, you're a young lady, and you're young getting it, like, to lack thereof. So you know that you have to carry yourself a certain way, just like parents got to. Parents think that that's their win. Nah, your win is that child winning. That is the win right there. Their success is not. You can say I created. They put that work in. They're talented individuals. Yes, you can say you help them and guide them, but you can't take their shine away. Yeah, you know you're going to get your piece of the pie but don't. You take what you take and rebuild it back into yourself. Don't take everything that's theirs and try to claim it's yours when it's not. That's your child out there busting their tail. So that's why, and I feel like that translates in today's game. But you see some of the good, and I'm not saying he's not a good fighter, but you see some of the more laid back, conserved examples like the Dell Currys and the Rick Brunsons, who,
they got that professionalism to them. You feel me? Like they already know how the NBA is. They already know how to handle the spotlight. Some of these parents, granted, they could have been college stars or high school stars, whatever the case may be, but they never were in a professional light. Number one, and then also a lot of people live. You'll see this when your daughters, you say daughters do singing and music and stuff like that. Like, you'll see it in there. A lot of parents live their lives through their kids. You feel me? So they may not have had a successful, either it could be a music career, sports career, a career overall. You feel me? Their kids are what they live through. You feel me? So some people are going to live through those experiences as their kids are now the breadwinners. Like, they're like, in that Ja Morant situation, that's his stepdad, but his stepdad is fine with his son being a breadwinner as long as he's getting all the additional benefits of being Ja Morant's son. I mean, dad, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you get courtside seats, you getting compared to Usher, you getting a future on the Jumpertrons, like you get into it with Shannon Sharp, like you getting all the buzz. You feel me? It don't matter what it is. You feel me? So a lot of these parents, you see it a lot, and especially in basketball and football, but outside of those sports, you see it in track and field, soccer. It's all over the world, bro. Hockey, as a lot of these sports. You feel me? I don't know if it's a worldwide thing or just in America for sure, but I know at least for American sports, it's always been an issue with parents living through their kids and either pushing their kids too hard to the point of being burnt out, or if their kids do make it to college or they're a star in high school, a star in college, and they go to the professionals, like, their parents are always trying to live through or take their kids' success and make it theirs. Like, the only one who did it differently to me is LeVar Ball, because he was using that stardom of his kids, but he was building a whole infrastructure for his for the family, bro.
Exactly.
He opened up a whole basketball league for kids, bro. What are you talking about? That's different.
That right there,
you gotta shut that down.
That right there shows you. And then you see with Rick Brunson, which I love too. It's like he's doing a thing that's never really been done. Like, you're coaching your son. You're a head assistant coach. You're coaching your son. You watched your son get a like those are the stories that I love to hear, the really journeys and like not coming at Rick Brunson, but he wasn't a star in the NBA. He was a great role player. And then to be able to still be within the game and watch your son turn from a journeyman role player such as yourself into a star is definitely, good to see too.
I know you good, bro. I can hear you. I have to. My TikTok is over here, so I gotta like talk to TikTok too sometimes. So when you talking, I'm just going over here.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I was saying like
I definitely hear you, bro. No, I hear everything you're saying. And again, it's important to speak on that though, because as both of us being parents, we definitely got to speak on how parents are taking advantage of their kids. So like I was training my son right in football, but my ex football, not like that. My old football coach, right? He came up to me, he see me walking around the neighborhood. He was like, "Yo, I see you training your son. Like, keep doing that. Keep sticking with it." He's like, "I just gotta warn you though. High school kids now they get paid. So make sure your son understands that when you're going out there on the football field or basketball court or whatever it is that these kids out here, their parents are now." They're like you said, the parents are now the kids' agents, but they really getting paid now. Like it's not under the table no more. It's not any of that no more. Like they're now getting paid in high school because it's legal now. You feel me? So it's completely different. The whole landscape of sports, the whole landscape of everything done changed now. Now that we allow amateurism to be taken out of it, and now our kids
are paid in high school now.
You get paid in high school now, yes, yo, and it's crazy because
when did this pass? I know you can in college.
You can get paid in college, but these kids now can get paid in high school. But think about it. Think about how somebody like an AJ DeBansa, remember how he just kept. I'm using him as an example. His family already, I'm saying they worked hard for their everything. I ain't saying them per se, but I'm using him as an example because just look at how he's able to hop high schools. Then he go to high school in Utah. Then he go to college in Utah. You feel what I'm saying? It's a money thing, bro. Like they got him out there to go to school in Utah, got him to go to college in Utah. He's about to get drafted to the Utah Jazz. They're just one pick off. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just one of many. But yeah, like a LeVar Ball in the instance, he was putting his kids in position with or without them getting paid. You feel me? Because he already had money. He already worked himself up. So some of these parents do have money going in. But other parents, where you see these kids from the inner city getting plucked by prep schools across the country, oh no, bro. So it's money being paid. But now it's legal. So now they can really pay these kids, bro. Now, and also like, that's why you got to look into the AAU. Like, and you'll hear former NBA players break down the beef between Nike and Adidas. But look at how they are sponsoring the teams. Look at the tournaments they go to. All this stuff is like just how they're able to keep people, it's not in a box in a bad way, but that's how they keep you loyal to a brand or loyal to a university, loyal to a school, loyal to a team, loyal to a state. You feel what I'm saying? Because they start at a younger age with recruiting these kids. And it was before it was legal, but now that it is legal, it's even worse. Like it's worse now because people are getting taken advantage of, or they, I'm saying, you see in college sports now too, where they're agreeing to contracts for NIL and not realizing that they have an obligation to the contract. Now you may not get your money if you want to transfer somewhere else. You feel what I'm saying?
And also another thing, they got to talk about the gambling. I know you heard the Cincinnati quarterback.
Yeah, oh yeah, the gambling is out of pocket. Yeah, I'm gonna bring that up too. That Texas Tech quarterback too, right?
I think this dude, I thought he went to Cincinnati.
It's fun. I'm gonna check right now. You go ahead, keep talking. I'm pulling up right now.
I think they said that NFL canceled the supplemental draft this year, so he didn't get selected. Whatever the supplemental draft is, he couldn't go for that because they canceled it. And then the CFL just said they found out about his gambling case.
Yeah, but he's in Indiana. Yeah, I got it right here. My bad, I didn't mean cut you off. I got it right here.
Oh no, I didn't know the story in full, so I'm actually getting it from you. I seen a glimpse of it, but what are they saying though? Like, what
I'm put it right here. So his name is Brendan Sorsby. He's a Texas Tech quarterback. He can't play in the 2026 college football season after the program and him mutually parted ways amid a higher profile eligibility and gambling scam. Hold on. And y'all, he actually got caught gambling. I don't understand why he's not being charged how Terry Rozier is being charged. They try to kick Terry Rozier out the league. And now they tell Terry Rozier, you got to pay your NBA salary back, which is like $28 million. It sounds crazy, like $28 million. And he's still facing time in prison if he's actually guilty on these charges. So they trying to throw the book at Terry Rozier, but you have a kid here who he was in college, whatever, cool. But he actually got caught gambling on the team he was on, which was Indiana at the time. And you feel me? Like, or was it Indiana or Nebraska? It was one of them, bro. Hold on, let's say it right here. Yeah, he first of all, he was a transfer from Cincinnati, but he admitted to placing thousands of sports bets, including over 40 wagers on his own team while playing for Indiana. So he went to Indiana, Cincinnati, and Texas Tech. Like, what are we talking about here, yo? And I'm not trying to.
And it says right there in the article too. It says
Yeah,
that if you it says if you did you mind scrolling back up just a little bit?
yeah,
It said or could you go back to that article or
a little bit down.
right there where I can see it. It says under NCAA rules, betting on your own team
Oh,
can
my bad.
result in.
I try to zoom in.
Yep, it says can result in permanent ineligibility.
Yeah, but she's
NCAA
crazy.
initially ruled Sorsby permanently ineligible, but a Lubbock judge later granted him a temporary injunction allowing him to play. That's crazy work. So they allowed him to play. And then, but that's what he get. That's that karma. They allowed him to play just for him to try to go to the CFL because the NFL canceled the supplemental draft. And you know, the CFL wasn't playing that. They said, hell no. They said, you got to go, buddy. They said, you got to go. And I would have said the same thing because that makes no sense. Like you just said, there's people out here getting seriously charged that play sports and that are getting seriously charged and kicked out of leagues and looking at jail time because just the suspicion. They didn't come right out and say they did it. Y'all found evidence or whatever. This guy came out and admitted that he did place over 40 wagers on his own team, including 40 wagers on his own team. Y'all just said he did thousands of sports bets, including 40 on his own team. And this brother not looking at no time. And then y'all gave him another shot to play. And okay, he missed the supplemental draft. Who says he doesn't go overseas and play football or do a little arena somewhere? And then next thing you know, he eligible again to come play. See, man, nah, screw that. Sorry. He need to get the same treatment y'all was giving them other folks. This
Yeah,
what
for
I
sure.
don't understand. Need to
I'm not understanding this. And the fact that he was even able to appeal this, number one, was crazy. The fact that they was even going to let him go to the CFL or even the NFL supplement draft was crazy. And I don't even care that, you know what I'm saying, they didn't while I'm going through it. It just shows you like when I don't know, it's not even a racism conversation, but when we speak on stuff like that, especially in sports, this is what I'm talking about right here. Like, why is this young man given so many different chances when he's literally been caught gambling on sports? It ain't that this is like hearsay or this is hypothetical. No, they have thousands of bets placed from him on college sports. He should not be eligible to play at all. It should just be end of discussion right then and there. Yo, you know the rules when you sign that contract to do NCAA sports. You cannot gamble on your team or any, you know what I'm saying, in your sport. That should be number one rule. Everybody understands that in college sports. The fact that he got caught and was still able to play, I don't understand that. I just don't get it.
Me neither. I don't.
I just don't get it. Like
it makes no sense to me. And
like I just don't get it. And look at this. The school will not seek to recover the NIL money paid to Sorsby. Like, did this kid have them have that gun pointer or something, bro? Like, what am I missing here?
Yep, it says facing multiple lawsuits, potential game cancellations, and a boycott threat. Texas Tech booster announced.
This is crazy, bro. Oh my gosh. Like, that's what I'm talking about because that doesn't make any sense on how you let somebody stay in your program and you were still willing to keep up on the team until you started facing lawsuits, game cancellations. Like, that's the integrity of the game that we're speaking of, y'all. We're not speaking about.
Hey, man, we see it, man. Everybody know the game going downhill anyway.
Yeah, bro. Like, we be talking about here.
This is just another prime example of the game going downhill. But yet,
Crazy.
Pete Rose. But what gets me, Pete Rose, one of my favorite baseball players of all time. This man betted on his team as he was a player, manager, and a manager. Okay, it was illegal, but you talk about a man that gave over 20 years in the MLB. But Barry Bonds is eligible every year, and y'all suspect that he was on steroids. But yet Pete Rose didn't take not one drug, none of that. He gambled, and this man, and then mind you, they finally made him eligible after he died. He still hasn't gotten voted in yet. You talking about Charlie Hustle, and you want to sit here and say that man don't deserve to be in there, and he gambled, but yet y'all giving people second chances that openly admit, man, makes no sense. It makes no sense. Makes no sense how they just let certain people just get by with a lot of things. when it's because these things been outrageous with the
Yeah, they've been
gambling,
crazy, bro.
how
Fact.
Terry Rozier gets off, then you're getting back on pretty much.
Yeah, they
I
trying
mean,
to get Terry
it's
Rozier to
crazy.
book. I don't know what's going on.
Not
The
to say whether they
FBI
did or
keeping him
didn't
on a
do it, but
leash,
it's just
bro.
more so of the fact of how is it that this person openly admitted to thousands of bets, including on his own team, but y'all
Yeah,
gave
I
him a
wonder
second chance.
what's the difference between somebody admitting that they
What
did it?
was
Is
he,
it
the
like
best quarterback
what is
since
the difference between
Brady
him
or
and Terry
Manning?
Rozier?
I don't know even know who the hell he is. But yet y'all gave him a second chance. Let that have been one of us, bro. Let that have
Yeah.
been you at quarterback. You
It
wouldn't get
says
no second chance.
the Hornets. Oh, the league and the Hornets tell prosecutors they don't want Terry Rozier playing in the NBA. Damn. Yeah, the whole league just turned on him. What the hell? Oh wait, hold on. I'm pulling up something right now. Here, speaking a little bit insider betting and manipulated poker rounds, the dark shadow over the NBA. See, the NBA they had a gambling problem because they allowed gambling on their planes. You feel what I'm saying? So if you know about anything about NBA players, they always speak about their gambling stories on their planes. They always speak about like there's gambling stories overall, but it was never mentioned that these players were a part of a bigger gambling ring. That's the problem that right now is starting to come up is that it's a lot more people involved, a lot more hands involved. Conquest, thanks for joining on TikTok. Mega Man, thanks for joining. Miss Chocolate Lab, hope you having a good night. Thanks for joining. Demetria, thanks for joining as well. Again, anybody on TikTok, if you want to hear the audio or see the screen, just join me on YouTube, Mal_Stacks. If not, you can stay down here. Again, we are live right now speaking on, we were just speaking on the gambling incident that happened in college sports and also in the NBA. We're trying to look at the differences between why the NBA the NBA is Terry Rozier is facing federal charges under FBI investigation. Then you also have a college quarterback at Texas Tech who admitted to gambling, but they're not sitting there looking to throw him in jail for a count amount of years and also asking for the money back too. Texas Tech also said that he won't be able to play for them, but they're not seeking the NIL money back. If you don't know what NIL money is, that is the money that colleges pay their athletes. Now that became legal about 4 or 5 years ago. So the colleges are now able, in America at least, are now able to pay their athletes to be on the roster. They raise money through fundraising and also from their boosters too can donate to that pool of money that's given to the athletes. McCole, thanks for joining. I'm gonna just go up a little bit and just tell you guys who came in. Sorry, well, this is okay. Here we go. Jennifer, thanks for joining. Eyes on You, thanks for joining. Taylor, thanks for joining. Russ, Big Chris, Breeda B, thanks for joining. McCole, thanks for joining. I hope I pronounced your name right. Miss Lucky, thanks for joining. Nurse Baby. It's Nurse Baby. Thanks for joining. We got Mona, thanks for joining. Zeke6, thanks for joining. Shoot, I miss you up here. Hold on, what's your name? Zamoros? Amora? Mona? I hate these glasses sometimes, bro. My bad. Big Automotive. I hope that's your name. If not, my apologies for mispronouncing that. Steven, thanks for joining. Damn, hold on. I hate Rodman or Artman. Thanks for joining. Let's see. Clay Kofi? I hope. Thanks for joining. Heart with the Stars. Thanks for joining. Chai773. Thanks for joining. Jadax. Thanks for joining. Ash. Oh my gosh, y'all. This is ridiculous. Hold on. Astro. Thanks for joining. Heather. Thanks for joining. Libra. I said Libra. Liber. You know what I'm saying? For 3. Thanks for joining. And you back on the stage now. Sorry about that, Josh. Just trying to shout out the people on TikTok.
Don't go butchering people's names now.
Bro, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm trying to read their names on TikTok, but like I got this ring light is like right here. So I'm looking at my phone, but then it's glaring off my glasses. So it's messing me up a little bit. I can't cap, bro. I look a little illiterate on that, John, trying to say these people's names. I'm not illiterate, I promise y'all. I about to say I had a 3.5 GPA. I'm about to lie. All right, look.
Shout out to TikTok. Y'all can follow me on there. The same thing I'm on here.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my TikTok followers up, bro. Just it's mainly about I gotta keep going live on here. That's all. I gotta keep going live, and then I just gotta be able to. I gotta get hooked up to my desktop. That's the issue.
I gotta start going live on there. They be begging me.
TikTok be going crazy.
Live.
Nah, TikTok be lit. I ain't gonna hold you. MG, thanks for joining. Liza, thanks for joining. Miguel Cruz, thanks for joining. Kathy Brown, appreciate y'all tuning in. Kaya Stacks, appreciate you tuning in.
Brown. Shout out to everybody in TikTok world. Yeah, shout out to everybody that's tuning in everywhere. TikTok. You can catch us. You can catch us on Bros Facebook, Mal_Stacks, Twitch, Kick, TikTok, YouTube, Mal_Stacks, everywhere. So definitely appreciate
facts. Yeah, facts. I'm trying to get all my socials communicating, bro. I gotta get these pages popping. You feel me? Because we got some real good topics and stuff. So once we get everybody able to get integrated on all these platforms, bro, it's gonna be on and popping. You feel me? And I appreciate y'all tuning in for a Friday night. Look, Friday night, we live probably for another hour. I'll be probably on for another hour, 2 hours. So if you want to rock with your boy, that's cool. Hey, check the content out on the page too. You feel me? Yeah, I'm about to get the game stream popping for y'all for real. But I TikTok, I gotta get it good with y'all vertical streaming on y'all app, bro. That should be blowing me. Why they got it like that? That should be killing me. You gotta do a whole different browser for a whole different vertical joint for TikTok. I don't know why they got it like that, bro. Damn, I forgot Chauncey Billups still in jail, bro. Damn.
Yeah, they got him up in there.
Yeah, dang, bro. Insider Sports Betting according to the indictment confidential. Yeah, here go the 3 people right here. I'm about to pull it on the screen real quick. My bad, not them. 1 second, TikTok. I'll be back to you guys in one moment. I'm trying to pull this joint up real fast for my other page. See, this is the 3 people that's in jail right now or under investigation by the FBI for gambling, bro. And we ain't talking about $5 again. We're talking about millions of dollars betting on games, player injuries.
Yeah, this part.
Yeah, bro. They wilding out. You can't be doing stuff like this, y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, Chauncey looked like he was putting a good 15K on some games. He knew Portland was losing.
Yo, you know what? The rumor I seen about Terry Rozier, they said that with Terry Rozier, the reason why he got caught up is because this is what they said. He got caught because it was $100,000 bet on an under for him. But somebody was like, yo, but this is the rumor out there or the conspiracy theory that it could possibly be that $100,000 that he placed a bet on or that was placed a bet on him for that could have been like a loan for him to get out of debt, or he could have been like in financial trouble or something like that. They said that some around those lines may have been the reason why he was able to get caught up in something like this, bro.
Yeah, he definitely looked like he'd be pissing out money.
Listen, just because you make millions of dollars does not mean you got the best spending habits. Like that's been proven from, and we can bring up, we don't gotta speak just about gambling, y'all. We can bring up Floyd Mayweather is now broke or cash strapped. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it, broke, cash strapped, struggling for money. It's not confirmed broke. You know what I'm saying? This is what he got though. This is right now in 2026. So the U.S. government has filed a $7.3 million lien in Las Vegas over unpaid taxes dating back to 2018 and 2023. And then also Mayweather is facing civil lawsuits. He is involved in multiple disputes, including a $340 million lawsuit. This is him going against Showtime Networks and former executive Steven Espinoza over alleged unpaid boxing earnings. Do y'all see how much money that is? $340 million? Ain't no, bro. It's no way. It's no way you let somebody not pay you $340 million and you just now filed a lawsuit. It's no way. Like that's what I'm saying. You have to have your finances in order.
Yeah, Merriweather, Merriweather, he be
yeah, bro.
He be spending like I don't think he broke.
Yeah, bro. This is crazy, but I ain't never seen that. You seen they just cancel well, they didn't cancel it. They just postponed the Manny Pacquiao fight too. So if you was tuned in for that Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight this September, it was just recently mentioned that is now postponed. So he will not be fighting Mayweather in September this year. And again, this is all due to not him being like in legal trouble going to jail per se. This is about money, guys. He needs money. Like again, when you making almost $1 billion a year career earnings, it's very evident. Well, he didn't get paid about $340 million of that. So let's take away the $1 billion. Let's say he got $600 million, just you know what I'm saying, off his earnings. I don't know how. Well, I do know how. When you got expensive taste and you got an expensive lifestyle, you could have he invested a lot too. I'm not sure you remember this, Josh. Remember he opened up all those Mayweather fighting clubs or promotion, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep, man, didn't do shit.
I don't think that was a successful business venture for him. So if all those stores, if all those stores didn't pan out or make enough money back, or you know how business is, like it takes a time for you to take about 3 to 5 years probably for a business to recoup the money it done spent that first year as far as expenses and all that stuff go. You feel me? It's very rare that a business automatically is profit and going above and beyond this first couple of years from after operating expenses are done. You feel me?
Yep.
So I just imagine if you have multiple franchises or all those locations, like if none of them are panning out how you thought it was, the nightlife of other cities, markets that you thought was going to pop, if those don't pop, that is a reason why you will go. It could be a reason why you go broke. Not broke, but like, yeah, you go broke because you use your personal money to pay for your business. You're not supposed to, but we all know how that goes. If you have a business, you already know that if you have a job, your job is either going to be paying for your business, it's going to be helping your business out. It can't be the other way around where your business is taking care of you. You feel me? You could take care of your business though. So that's the loophole in America. That's how they keep people, you know what I'm saying, struggling.
And man, and you know, like my dad, he was a huge boxing fan, so I used to watch the Showtime boxing, you know, where they go to behind the scenes and show them all you see Floyd out there showing off money,
showing money chains, everything.
Cameraman, and like, brother, like, he don't have to call it N-word. We know you got money, but you talking about, I be seeing him in the seminars talking about, $100 million ain't $100 million if you don't know how to spend it. Clearly you don't know how to spend it. All this dang legal trouble you in, owing money, and you in debt. 7.3 million. Pay your taxes. You seen how they got Wesley. You seen how they got Lauren. Pay them taxes. You was a businessman. You are Floyd Money Mayweather. Pay your damn taxes. If you don't do nothing else, pay your bills. Pay your taxes. You ain't fighting like you used to anyway. And you over here putting money in old lemon investments that ain't going nowhere. At least pay your taxes, Floyd. Pay them. You ain't got to fly private. Fly public. You can get business class. Fly Frontier. You just going for, you still getting to where you got to go. Oh, I need to have the whole family and crew on a private jet. No, you don't. You don't.
People got to stop that too. The private jet flexing, like you said, having your whole crew, your whole family on a private jet, that got to stop. Hey, I think Drake said he got like 4 bedrooms on his jet. But I know rapping is different because he can recoup all his money back through the streaming stuff, like the sales and all that stuff.
No. We ain't about to give him no leniency.
But they get the advance. I don't know if he already in the red and he just making it back through. You know what I'm saying?
That's stupid too. Why have a jet with 4 bedrooms? I ain't living on no plane.
Yeah, Drake Wild, 4 bedrooms on a jet is outrageous, bro.
I ain't trying to be in the air that long neither.
Nah, facts, Drake Wild, y'all. But y'all have a jet with 4 bedrooms? Let me know, chat. How y'all feel about that?
Yo, like he over there, like
go wild, bro. Yo,
tripping, like ain't nobody trying. That's stupid. We not about to sit there and let that slide. Drake's stupid for that too. Just a private jet is one thing, but you talking about 4 bedrooms, a kitchen, a built-in bar, like it don't need all of that. It ain't a tour bus. Man.
Yeah, look, hey, one thing we know is that a rapper, entertainer, an athlete, they always trying to flex on us, but look, we not the ones that's going, like, I mean, hey, we middle class. Middle class is like in between it all, you feel me? We can flex on some and we get flexed on, but hey, I guess we all broke, I guess, in America. That's how it is, I guess, man. I don't know. I'm going to tell you, bro. But that's wild. Yeah, like the private jet, the fascinations of private jets and stuff like that. I never really understood that, though. Like, I understand that wouldn't fly commercial because if you like a person that travel a lot, then I can understand why a private jet would be convenient. But if you're not traveling, I mean, I don't know. I feel like because everything is done. It's different now because everything can be done like through Zoom or virtual links for business meetings, and you technically don't have to fly to meet people in person. Yes, it's good to build that repertoire and stuff in person. You feel me? Have a good reputation and stuff like that. But some stuff can be handled just with a quick phone call. You feel me? Or a quick business meeting online. It don't got to be like in person. But I mean, I guess it's different when you deal with millions of dollars. I don't know, but I just know a lot of these people that private jet. If you got your own private jet or you leasing one, just the fueling, the service that's on the jet, like all that stuff is mad expensive. Bro. I think it's crazy.
Ain't nothing private. A private jet costs public money because if you don't pay that tab.
Yeah, you ain't flying, huh? It's a private jet, but it's a public jet at the same time.
It's a public fee. The public want to know you ain't got it like that, Floyd.
Yeah, let me see real quick. I'm gonna see how much a private jet. This you don't say the #1 private jet charter plane. I forgot there's so many different charters.
Like Uber in certain states and cities, Uber has Uber Jet where you could rent a plane.
Yeah.
Not like I'm not no.
Let's see. I'm about to look at how much a private jet costs. God damn. Oh, my bad. See my language, y'all. God damn. What?
Too damn much. Too damn much.
Look at this, bro.
And mind you, for how long?
Yeah, that's per hour. 13,000, 17,000 per hour.
Hell, and imagine you got to fly to Africa.
Boy.
That's damn near. That's too much.
Dang, I didn't know it was that much. I thought it was like 5,000, 10,000. Yo, 13,000, 17,000 per hour for a private jet. And that's not accounting for like if you got, I guess, more people and other stuff too. I don't know how much this is. Yeah, 24/7 charter support, fuel costs. Dang, bro. Yo, chat, y'all paying 13,000, 17,000 per hour for a private jet, or are you just gonna fly commercial? Let me know what y'all think. I'm flying commercial my whole life. I would never pay this much for a private flight, bro. If I was invited on one, hey, by all means, invite your boy. You feel me, Josh? Invite me on. But if I'm coming out of pocket, I'm going commercial. American Airlines, Delta Airlines, Southwest, worst case scenario. You feel me? Like I'm on there, y'all. I'm not spending almost 20,000 on a plane. Like what? We talking for 1 hour. We're not saying just for the round trip. This is for 1 hour. So like Josh is, well, if y'all can hear him, y'all can't hear him on TikTok, but he said, imagine if you got a 5-hour flight or you flying to Africa or something like you know what I mean? Another continent, like, another country that's far away.
Like you got
going to Japan.
You got to look at that.
13-hour flight, I think something like
you
that.
So Google that. You gotta look
damn, boy. That's almost $500,000 on the way up and back.
Yeah, you gotta look that up. You gotta look that up. How much it is to fly from Africa on a private jet from here to Africa, and that price.
What country in Africa? Like the Ghana or something?
Yeah, Ghana.
I'm gonna say Ghana. Let's see what they say. Damn. So if you was rent, this is still per hour.
Okay, so how long does it take to fly from here to Ghana?
Yeah, let's do that instead. I mean, you could do private jets cost per. All right, this is still hourly cost. This is really killing me. How long is flight to Ghana? And we can do the math from there. We still gotta do math. You know what I'm saying? And don't mind me. I'm trying to type with this cord and it'll be on my keyboard. So it's messing my thing up. Oh my god.
Hours.
Yeah, bro. So if you're taking a private jet to Ghana, hey. That's basically 130,000 at minimum. Because you got a bigger jet. That's 130,000 at minimum to 200,000 just to get to Ghana. So you got to pay for the flight back. So realistically, again,
fuel cost and all of that. And the pilots got to get paid too.
Dang, bro. Yeah, people wasn't thinking when they started signing up for private jets.
You better do what it says there. Hop on damn Kenya Airways. And
yeah, look, I'm going here. You feel me? Kayak, $616 flight.
Exactly. Like people out here paying a minimum wage paycheck to that's simple. All right, I could save a check from my job and fly there and back and see my family. You over here trying to pay 100 M's, then how much you make a show?
That's a lot.
Better be $1 million or $2-3 million a show. You paying that much to fly over there?
Mm-hmm. Hey, now you know why them labels. I ain't mean like this, but the labels are taking them insurance policy out on them rappers, bro. Now we know why, bro. They gotta recoup that money somehow. God damn, that's crazy.
It ain't funny, but I get it.
It's a real bro. I may tell a joke, but I ain't gonna ever tell a lie. You feel me, y'all? So I may joke a lot, but I ain't lying. There's a reason why people trying to get their money back. And Gemma, thanks for joining on TikTok as well. But yeah, there's a reason why people trying to get their money back. Like y'all see that, and we talking about one flight. So imagine they travel from city to city. You feel me? They got multiple tour dates. They're not taking commercial flights, y'all. So y'all gotta. That's what I'm saying. You can't look at it through the eyes of a consumer. You have to look at it through the eyes of a business owner, somebody who's owning a record label, or owning a corporation. You feel what I'm saying? So, regardless of who paying for the flight, somebody paying for that, bro. They're gonna want their money back somewhere. I'm just saying, if you're an artist and you ain't making your money back, or you ain't, you know what I'm saying, getting the sales and stuff you ain't supposed to be getting, Pooh Shiesty. You see Pooh Shiesty, but he had to do check out his contract. Just saying, y'all. And y'all wonder why Gucci wasn't had a money for his family when he was locked up and stuff. I'm just saying, y'all gotta start looking at the money, bro. Y'all gotta stop thinking that all this stuff is free because you signed to a label or whatever the case may be. You gotta look
Man,
at
if you don't know that by now, you don't need to be a rapper.
Bro, rappers still sign bad deals.
Yeah, the NBA YoungBoy. Why you think he dropped so much? He got a 360.
They sign bad deals, or they sign, and I never understand this. Why are you signing to another rapper who signed to a label? I'll never get that, bro.
Unless that rapper has a label deal to where they can sign you. If he just saying, I'm gonna put you under my wing, don't do it.
Like Lil Baby John. Remember Lil Baby signing people to 4PF? I never understood that.
I feel like unless you got a label deal, don't sign nobody.
But they don't ever do anything
got a label deal.
Who signed to a rapper and has done something for their career? I've never seen.
I mean, there has been good music.
Barely. They was all having problems with the money
but you said success though. You said success though.
Yeah, who has success even with good music? They were still complaining about like Tiana Taylor. Wasn't she complaining about not having her music drop when she was trying to drop music?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not talking about the problems that came with it, but I just mean success.
She didn't get success from her music.
Rock Nation. Right.
But who? I need Rihanna? She already had started before she signed a Rock Nation, though, correct? Or am I wrong?
No, she signed with Def Jam, but Jay-Z was the president of Def Jam at the time. He was responsible for signing her. Then when he brought the rights from Rockefeller and turned it into Rock Nation, she signed over to him.
Okay, but Rihanna's one of them. I know Kanye is one of them because he was technically signed to one of those places.
And there's a lot of people. I got look it up.
Yeah, you're right. All right, let me rephrase that though. So you're gonna have some who are successful that signed to it, but okay, let's say about 80% or 85% of rappers who actually sign to a rapper, they don't get the commercial success that they were expecting. Can we say that at least?
Yeah, it's a big percentage that they don't. That's for sure.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was speaking on. The ones that don't. I know there are success stories in all of them, and it's obviously gonna be a lot more because it's rap has been going on for a long time now. I don't know if this is also done. Well, I guess like Justin Bieber, wasn't he signed to Usher too? So it's done like in pop music too, I think. So it's not just rap, but I mean, I know more about rap artists because I listen more to rap and hip hop more than other places. But yeah, I mean that's just another conversation.
Because I ain't gonna lie, R&B is my favorite genre of music. If people don't know, so when it comes to R&B, I'll debate somebody under the table. when it comes, I will. Yeah. It's gonna get bad because I love R&B and I'll be seeing people's takes on certain things.
Yeah,
and I be like, man, okay, whatever. I had an argument the other day in regards to
what.
I had an argument the other day with what was it about? It was something in regards to like, oh, okay. So one of the big arguments, for all the Michael Jackson fans out there, one of the big arguments is normally like, what's his best album? And
Thriller, or is it the one with Bad?
What would you say his best album is?
Whatever the album they came out with that had like Thriller and Bad and all that on there. They's all the same album, right?
No, those are two different albums.
Oh shit!
So
was it Thriller? It was Thriller. Whichever one that had the most, like his first one. Like his first one was Thriller.
So Thriller, okay. So Mike got a lot of albums.
In fact, he got a lot of albums. He got a lot of good music too. So I'm not even mad at that. Go ahead though.
So like I told somebody this earlier. A lot of people don't know. Mike got a lot of solo albums, but Off the Wall was the first solo album he put out as an adult.
Yeah,
I think he was literally just turning 21 when he put that out. Now, my personal opinion, and this is a hill that I'm gonna die on, his greatest album that he ever put out to me is Bad. Now, that's the album that has Bad, The Way You Make Me Feel, Man in the Mirror, Smooth Criminal. I don't even have to say much else.
Yeah, that's the best one. Yeah, that one right there, Bad. I was about to say, whichever one has all those hits on it, like that. I mean, they all got hits on them.
And that's the first album in history to have 5 #1 Billboard Hot 100 hits.
That's crazy.
And 5 #1s off of one album. A couple people have done it since then, and to think that album only won one Grammy is crazy. But that's another argument for another day.
Was that when he started bleaching his skin? I think that might have had something to do with it, bro.
So you think that? Do you think he bleached his skin?
You think he was born white? I mean,
No.
Hold on. Where are we going with
skin.
this? You think he was born white, or you think he bleached his skin?
But I think it's this, because I've seen there's rare footage of him doing rehearsals for Bad around the time he started making Bad, mid 80s. Yeah. And it's rare because you can see the vitiligo like crazy. Like part of his face is his normal complexion, part of it is lighter. So I'm not going to sit there and say that he didn't do things to make his skin blend, but people be thinking that his vitiligo was a myth, and it simply just was not. Like, he had vitiligo. That ain't no lie. That's not something he made up.
Wait, it came on. It happened to him like later on in life. It could come on later in life.
So I'll tell you when it started to happen. So he had vitiligo his whole life, but I've worked with someone. Shout out Desi. I work with someone that has vitiligo, and sometimes it can come in stages. It can show more in different seasons. Like, for example, my old manager Desi, when it's like more, if it's warmer or colder, sometimes it shows more. But it was kind of different with her because she's already a naturally light-skinned person, so you see certain spots that are even lighter. But Mike always had vitiligo, but after the Off the Wall comes out, right around
lupus
when he starts making Bad. I mean, not Bad. Excuse me. When he started making Thriller, is when the vitiligo started showing more. That's why he wore the glove. It started on his hand, and that's why he wore the glittery glove, because his hand started having the vitiligo spread there first. Then it was by the time the mid 80s rolled around and he started making Bad. And I always tell people, if you want to know what errors with Mike, just look at how his hair changed. So when he left the Jerry curl and started, like, wearing the wigs after the Pepsi incident, you start to see his skin and certain things he was trying to change properly. But so Mike straight up had vitiligo. That's no.
That's a fact. Now, I know, I ain't gonna hold you. I never knew he had lupus.
Yeah, he did.
Oh shit! Yeah, I never knew that. I just found out just now. I never knew he had lupus, and I didn't know the vitiligo thing. I thought that was a myth. I didn't know that was a real thing either. I mean, I never looked into like his health shit outside of like when he passed away. Like, I wanted to know like all the medication he was on, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Now. And then he was always having intense migraines and headaches from.
But why did he bleach his? I still don't know why did he turn white?
You said why did he?
Or why did he bleach his skin? I don't understand that portion of it.
I ain't gonna lie, to be honest, Mike was real insecure. He didn't want to go out there. Like, it was getting to the point, you got to think, with vitiligo, makeup can only do but so much.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they can't make your skin darker. Like, you can't tan yourself. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm being these are general questions I got. I didn't.
Like, with vitiligo, it depends on how advanced you have it, because there's different types of.
And this is deep pigmentation. Yeah, you're right.
For him, it was like, he didn't like, in the sense, looking like a spotted cow per se, because I've heard people that have vitiligo say that to me.
Yeah.
So whether he got certain things done, even it's never been disclosed, I'm pretty sure he did do things to just make his skin look like what it was. But I always feel like people try to say he wanted to run away from his blackness, and nah, bro, just blended. There's people out there that bleach their skin just to bleach their skin. Mike actually had a liable.
Yeah, she had a real disease for that shit. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I never really spoke about his skin shit.
And
I never
also,
that John. Damn.
What a lot of people act like it was taboo, he had his nose done. But Mike has admitted to getting his nose done.
But why did he get his nose done?
You said when?
No, I said why. I mean, I said why. I get it, but
insecurities.
And you gotta think about it too. He was like the first major like pop star after like segregation and shit. If we being honest.
Yeah, like, he definitely was up there in his whole family in the sense of them being music royalty. So
so that makes sense. We gotta remember the time frame this is in too. This isn't like 2020. This is like the 80s, 70s and 80s, 60s, 70s and 80s. So
exactly. So
it's a whole different thing.
And they said, and like, him being in the public eye and wanting to had a perfect image, and like, I ain't gonna lie, Joe seemed like he was an asshole sometimes. So Joe probably was trying to poke fun at his appearance and stuff just to be funny, and Mike took that literal.
He was born in 1959, not to cut you off, but that makes sense. Okay, yeah, never mind. A lot of stuff, when you go back to the time now, it makes sense why he made all these cosmetic changes and stuff to his
You got to think, they signed to Motown in 69. So that means Mike was 10 going on 11,
10.
depending on
Yeah,
the date. And you got to think from that point on, it was music star. You got to think 1979 is when Off the Wall came out. He was 20.
Yeah,
So
it puts a lot more
think.
stuff in context. I got to remember that, again, these people, you know what I'm saying, they grew up through a whole different time frame than we did. It's not how it was. I'm born in 98, you feel me? So it's not how life was when I was born. It's how life was when they were born.
And then think about it. You the breadwinner of the family. Like, you the one that and people, it's funny, not to get on my soapbox real quick, but it's funny because when you look at the Jacksons, I tell them, like, even if some of them didn't have all the hits, I'm like, you gotta respect the fact that each and every single, and I'm not lying, I know my music shit. Each and every single Jackson's, and I'm not lying, bro. You can look it up and fact check me after I say this.
Now you go. Go ahead, I'm listening, bro.
Each and every single Jackson family member has put out at least one solo album. That's Michael, Marlon, Tito, Randy, Jackie. You got Rebbie, LaToya, and Janet. That's 8. They all put out an album. And I'll also tell you this. Out of all of them that put out an album, Rebbie, Jermaine, Janet, and Mike himself all have had either a gold or a platinum plaque. And not only that, out of all the people I just named, Mike had an influence on doing that for them because he wrote and produced on a lot of their gold or platinum records. So that just right there comes to let you know just how bad Michael Jackson really was. Like, he was a person not to be messed around with in the sense of his musical talent. People don't realize how actual talented he was. Like, to know that he could sit there and write a song for one of his siblings and that joint go top 10 on the charts and they get a plaque for that, and they don't even got to do nothing else again but collect royalties. Like, come on, bro. And I'm a Michael Jackson connoisseur, so I've heard the songs that never made some of his albums, and I've heard songs that he wrote for others, gave to others. Like, Mike was talented in more ways than one, and we just didn't see all of that talent. But shoot, I hope everybody out there went to go see Michael. That movie is masterful.
That joint good, bro. I gotta tap into that,
bro.
Yeah, I gotta see Michael. I gotta see Scary Movie. I gotta see Mortal Kombat.
Michael,
I gotta see them joints.
And I told people that it's going to break records. It's like you're watching
one was good. Yeah,
it's like you're watching one big concert movie. It broke. It's the highest grossing film of all time in Lionsgate history, and it's the highest grossing music biopic.
Hold on. Is this money going to Michael family though? I know his nephew was during the star in that John. Is it going to the family?
A good amount of it is. The estate put this together, so a good.
All right,
amount
that's why I was
is.
asking the estate.
They're getting paid big time.
I look at the records right now,
and that right there is just
960 million. Sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely cross over to $1 billion. Yeah, it's gonna cross over to $1 billion when they do like the digital sales.
Mm-hmm. And then that's
I'm glad it did
one.
well.
That's only part one.
Yeah, Michael box office surpasses Lord of the Rings. Damn. Lord of the Rings. That's definitely a good ass movie though. I ain't gonna hold
bro,
you.
I'm gonna just put it like this. My daughter begged to go see it. I'm gonna just put it like that. My son
just said Michael Jackson was his favorite artist the other day. I was like, all right, bro.
My daughter got him as her wall. My daughter got all his albums as her wall.
I said, all right, bro. He was doing that. Hee hee. I mean, like, yo, you gotta chill, bro. Don't be out here.
Yeah, I turned. I was shout out Pat. Pat took me and my daughter to the park the other day. He did us ride up there and shit. And then I remember on the way back or something, he put on Michael Jackson, and my daughter was like, I like this song. I be listening to him.
Shout out Michael, man.
I don't know nothing about him. I'm like,
hey Jay, thanks for tuning in. King Kenny, thanks for joining in as well.
That right there just lets you know, like, hey man, music ain't nothing.
It's not dead.
That's one thing I could say that our parents was right about. Music ain't nothing compared to what it was.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, old school music compared to nowadays, music today.
Because imagine this, right? You see how we got social media, right? You see how we got social media, so we see everything in real time. Like, imagine us not having social media and we just turn on the radio. This month, Michael Jackson. You turn on a magazine, MTV, Michael Jackson. You turn on the radio, Billie Jean, Michael Jackson. Like, and there ain't no internet.
I mean, that's why Jay-Z and them are so popular. That's what we kind of grew up with in the 2000s for real. Like Jay-Z, T.I. and all them. Like they was on the radio 24/7 at one point.
Exactly. But I tell
But we
people, like,
had.
if you was born in the era we was born in, and I feel like we was born at the most sweetest time ever, because
Oh yeah,
we
fact.
are
We
like
we, we,
we
we in
are
the
the last
golden era of life. No bull.
like, think about it. Are old enough to we are old enough to say, I'm gonna really like blow your mind. But if you were born 97 or 98,
98.
I was 97. So peep this. We are
Uh-huh.
the last generation that can sit there and say we're old enough to witness pagers, flip phones, fax machines, even though they're still made, but they're not popular.
Yeah.
Just to name a couple of things. MP3 players, CD players, but we are
Yeah.
also old enough to see the birth of social media. We sat here and watched social media
Watching
like a
them full
baby
from what was it? What was it?
be brought into this world. We watched
AOL
MySpace
Messenger,
become a thing.
MySpace. Yeah, facts.
Then we saw Facebook kick it in the ass.
Hey, you can't forget about the Wii World, the Club Penguin days. You feel me? You got to throw it
Wii
back
World,
there too.
Club
You know what I
Penguin,
mean?
Habbo, me.
Yeah, all them
I was
Johns,
on
bro.
Me's heavy.
Hey, if you're a 98s baby, y'all remember Wii World? What y'all remember about Wii World and Club Penguin out that John, bro?
Club Penguin, I was on Habbo, I was on Eemboo, all
yeah.
of those Johns, and even just like the computer games. Like I used to get the Roller Coaster Tycoons. I used to get
remember mini game clips or whatever that joint was? That joint was fire. That was one of the best websites ever. Yeah, mini clip, whatever
I remember
it's called.
mini clip. I remember freeonlinegames.com.
Yeah.
All of those. I used to play all of those in
That's how I became a gamer. That's how I became a gamer.
Bro, I used to be, and you know, bro, we went, I feel like, and I seen people talk about this today on social media, which everybody talk about what's the best middle school in Delaware, and you already know what I'm saying.
Gunnar Bedford, bro. Hands down.
Bro, I tell people the best years of my life thus far was from the time I was in the 4th grade all the way to my freshman year of high school. Because I was in private school from kindergarten to the first half of 4th grade.
Yeah.
Then I went to my first public school I ever went to was Jenny Smith.
What's good with y'all, man?
And so I tell people, I went to public school late, so and I just knew it, like especially middle school. Oh my, and specifically 8th grade. Oh, the best years. That was my first everything. Like, y'all know what I mean. Like that was a good time. Then I seen. Shout out my boy Kenny. He said McCullough was the best middle school because they had a planetarium. I heard the planetarium wasn't even used all the time. Bedford was the best middle school. It was in the cut. Y'all wasn't fooling with our track team. Shout out Mal because he was on the track team. Y'all wasn't fooling with our track team.
Yeah, man, he's carried on the track. Baby,
you can't lie. Who was on the track team? It was you. I know Chazon was on there.
Are you talking about
Kyler
high school?
On the track team?
High school, right? Yeah, it's Kyler, me, Chase.
For middle school. For middle school.
Oh, not middle school. Middle school was I ain't running middle school. That was the Selby twins, and my boy Austin was on there. I think.
Shout out to Selby. Shout out to them, boy.
There was a couple other people in there. It's like Zach. I think I don't know.
But high school, they wasn't fooling with that. They wasn't fooling with y'all. It was you, Chazon.
Give them that respect, bro. So like, it wasn't until my junior year, so we lost it on my freshman and sophomore year, I think. It was until my junior year that we actually beat them, bro. So it took us a minute. You feel? It definitely took us a minute.
How did y'all do in the Penn relays?
Penn relays, let's see. I think Penn relays we won. I think we won our heat for the 4x1. I don't know if we went to the finals. I'm not sure. I know we won the 4x4, the Delaware section, like the Northern Delaware section for the 4x4 because we got the that wheel. But we missed that next, so we won the wheel thing, right? And then we missed the so basically you run earlier in the day. If you win if you win your whole division, you get the wheel, and then you'll run against like the top teams from Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland. That's
when y'all got cooked.
Nah, we missed that one. We was out at like Chipotle and stuff. We didn't know it was another race. Like they didn't tell us like after we won.
Oh, y'all actually missed it.
Yeah, we was at Chipotle at that time. I remember that specifically. We were literally
had
walking.
Y'all ran, was y'all winning?
I don't know. Be honest, probably not, because I think for everybody there, like I was the Inger leg, so I was probably the only person on our team at the time running 49. So nah, we probably not winning that John, bro.
So I got another hot take.
I mean, we would have came in last though. We'd have been competitive. I mean, you never know though. Penn Relays is a fast track, so that's the type of race where everybody could probably run 49, and then I may have ran 48, depending on who was I'm running anchor league against. So I can't say that we win that probably won. We've definitely been in the race. So I think the winning team probably ran like 320 or 319 or something like that. I think we ran like 320 something, not 320, but like 320, like 5 or 24 or something like that.
So I got a hot take.
Uh-huh.
All right. Is the 2000 and come on, bro? Is the 2014-15 William Penn Colonial football team the best high school football team in the past decade?
In the past decade?
In the past decade.
I can't say. I can't
what
say.
You mean you undefeated?
No. I'm gonna tell you this, right? Because remember, Smyrna 3-peated in their time, so I can't say that we are the best team. I mean, look, we had probably the most dominant team, probably as far as like, remember our backups that next year were all starters. You feel what I'm saying? So we could have had like probably the deepest team, but I would probably still get. I mean, look, Smyrna 3-peated, bro. I can't hate on that program.
I ain't gonna lie. This a hot outside of Will Knight. Reggie was the best running back, bro. I don't care.
Oh, I said. Oh no, look, Reggie was better than Will Knight. That's not it, bro.
I agree. I agree.
I'll be honest. We low manage Reggie. He already ran 1 year for 2,000. That next year he should have. His senior year he should have ran for 2,000. We just saved him so he was healthy and fresh come playoff time. That's why we just ran him the ball every time.
Ran. So I know he didn't. Because he came to Penn his sophomore year, but he didn't play, right? He was hurt.
Nah, he came his. It was his. Sophomore year. He played.
He was hurt.
Now he played.
And
he
the
just
junior year is when he won it.
It was. Remember, we had Coach Cole first. So we didn't have Dooley yet. We had Coach Cole, bro. So our offense is like running like 1950 offense in 2010. 2010.
Yo, shout out Pat? Why was I talking to Pat about that? And he said the same thing. Cole.
Real shit. But we run this old ass school like I formation and like his old ass offense. And then like when we got Dooley, it changed up because we were in a wing T offense, but it was a shotgun. So that just allowed it to be a lot more like space, a lot more emotions, a lot more free flowing. So if you know anything about football, if you got speed on the field and you got a line who could block, especially with the wing T offense, like the wing T offense, I'll never see that white coach on Instagram. He be doing like the wing T videos. He's like, buck sweep, run it again. You feel me? Like that was our coaching staff, bro. Like a wing T offense, we just in shotgun with it. So we had the waggle, we had the that tight end pass, John. Everything you be hearing that coach talk about, we literally had it, John, bro. I ain't gonna cap. But long story short is that hold on, I'm gonna
So what year did he rush for 2,000?
That was his junior year.
Woo! And that's when y'all lost like in the second round, right?
You said what?
That's when y'all lost in like the second round, right?
Yeah, we lost the opening round to Caesar Rodney.
And then what did he rush to his senior year when y'all won the chip?
He probably ran for like 1,000 something, like probably like 1,000, close to 1,500, something around there. Because again, it wasn't the fact that he couldn't run for 2,000 again. We had Marvell, you had me, we had
shout out Vel.
We had Sean Wood, we had Joe Greenwood with the sophomores, and he was still getting touches there.
Y'all had a team. That's
we had mad. That's what I'm saying. We had mad running back.
That's why I think people was jealous because my boy, shout out Rich, he was playing for DMA at the time. That was his senior year, and I remember y'all fried them. And
probably in preseason, yeah, he was cooking. Them niggas not fucking with us at DMA, bro. That's a fact.
They was corny. I would tell Richard, I'm like, y'all not.
That's a fact,
was mad
bro.
That he couldn't go to Penn because he would have won the chip. Boy, I ain't gonna lie, that was it was so exciting to like, and then I ain't gonna lie. I hate to say this, but because I got held back a year, so I graduated with you. So if you know what I'm talking about, I feel like that was the biggest damn choke job that Penn ever did when we was top 3 in basketball, only lost 4 games, and we won the first round. We could have won the second round and went to the Bob. I watched that game live, bro.
I wasn't really a big basketball fan,
bro. If Jamal, all he had Danny hit the go-ahead. Shout out Danny. Danny hit the go-ahead 3. All they had to do was hold the ball, and we was good.
They turned the ball over.
Jamal turned the ball over, and Del Castro ended up. Oh, that made me mad.
Damn. See, I think I seen when we was in the chip that's probably like a year or two later, and we wound up losing like on the last couple of seconds in the game or some shit
Yeah,
like
I
that.
watched that. I watched it.
Yeah,
Yup.
that's the one I remember. I think you're talking about that. We made the. I don't remember making a chip when I was there, but nah, yeah, it was probably a couple years later.
Yeah, but
But yeah,
nah,
like
man, y'all
Pitt had a lot of
have
teams, bro. We had a lot of teams that like even my senior year, we was up. I think we was like up like 13-0 against Smyrna, and then we lost. They
all right.
scored
So I got an
27 straight.
honest question. I ain't
Uh,
gonna say no names,
nah, you
but
can go ahead, bro. It's 10
you
years
know
ago.
where I'm going with this.
All
So
right.
rumor always had it that a certain person ended up coming into the running back room trying to fill the big shoes that the legend Reggie left. And because he had previous success at another school, he thought that would translate coming to Penn. And I heard that
He
he
tried.
didn't have. I
Yo, he
heard that
tried
he
this
didn't
man.
have. I remember it vividly. He rushed for like a good 872, I think.
Oh my
And he
gosh.
wanted to blame everybody and be all upset because he didn't crack that 1,000. Am I missing things here? I just
Yeah,
saying. I heard that
yeah.
he
So
was drink driving.
I'll keep it real with you though. I mean, and shout out my boy Titus and everything, bro. So I ain't name dropping him just because of that. But I'll be honest, it wasn't his fault. It was our coaching staff, bro. We be honest with you, it was our coaching staff. So our coaching staff had a problem with giving like. Again, this is football in general. So this isn't just, I'm not blaming the coaches, not like that. I'm just blaming, this is football in general. So a lot of times in football, pre-game, they hype up the players like, yo, you're going to be getting the ball. You're going to be doing this, right? So you got to think about it. Most of us on the team that are seniors, we want to go play college football. You feel me? So we're not in the mindset of like, we don't want to. All right, here's the reason. Here's the issue. We seen that we just went undefeated the year before, but none of our seniors was getting offers. You feel what I'm saying, bro? So everybody that off season was either I was focused on tracks. I knew I was going to Delaware State for track. That was already, that was already in the works. You feel me? But everybody else is still in the process of they done did the summer combines, the summer football camps, all that stuff. So everybody in that senior year is playing for, like, you got UD coming to visit, you got Delaware State. You have, Frank's getting scouted by Ball State. We had, his little buddy getting scouted by Virginia. Yeah, our boy Chichi was getting looked at for receivers. So, like, everybody was, our star players on the team are getting offers and looks at. So, our coaching staff had a problem with always giving people false promises. So, when you got a real competitive locker room like we had, it did cause turmoil within our team. I'm gonna be honest with you, it did, because when the game start and we're not getting the touches you said we was gonna get, and we're looking at somebody getting the touches and they're not necessarily doing the most with the touches.
So
you
you
feel what I'm
wouldn't say
saying?
that's the coaching staff problem?
Yeah, that's a coaching staff, bro, for sure. And none of our players fuck with the coaching staff, bro. And if you ask anybody from our
So
football team, they'll tell you
who was
that.
the weakest link? Where do you think it went wrong on the coaching staff? Who?
It was a lot of finger pointing at the players, bro. That's the issue. So when you got, again, we already won a championship the year before. So most people's goals in life and sports, number one, win a championship. Once you do that, you want everything else after that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, once you already got a championship, it's not in your player's mind to most likely repeat. It's great to repeat, yes. But now, again, we talking about going to college for football, bro. It's hard as hell to get a college scholarship in football. You feel what I'm saying? So people got to be really understanding, like, we're not looking at just football just to play football in Delaware. That's it. We're looking to go to the next level. Myself, I was already going to college for track, so I was already cool with football. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
how
I
did
didn't want to.
track turn out? Did you end up running at DSU?
I ended up running at DSU. Yeah, they wound up switching so the coach I was getting recruited by. This is what happened. The coach I was getting recruited by, he's supposed to be next in line for head coach. Because they wound up firing the track coach. He didn't get the job, so he wound up leaving the university altogether. They wound up bringing in another coach. That had ties to UMES, to like the Maryland, Virginia area. So that coach brought all his recruits in. So I had to walk on to Delaware State University instead of everything that was already in the works. You feel what I'm saying? So I still want to become like a captain, a co-captain on the track team, all that shit. I bust my ass off for that. I just happened to have my son, so I left school to just go be a dad. You feel what I mean? So, like you see me posted that day on Instagram, that was my track coach from college, from DSU, my freshman year. I ran into Randy at the mall this past week. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I ain't seen him since. It's really just out of the whim. So, but going to your question, yeah, I couldn't blame all of my boy Titus on that loss, because it wasn't his fault, bro. It's our guard. Remember Karan, right?
Yeah.
So the day before, he already was dealing with a knee issue, right? Karan tell you the truth to this day. We was doing the walkthrough. Remember, our field is lopsided at Penn. It's not evenly on that grass at the time we were playing. Remember?
What Aki ass
So
field.
yeah,
Yeah.
we were doing no bullshit. We doing a walkthrough. We doing a walk. I'm doing the sweep. Either me or I think it was one of our background. It was me or somebody else doing the sweep play. And we just walking through. And Karan was the guard that was pulling because that's what the play is. So he's pulling, and he stepped on a piece of the field and he twisted his knee. No bullshit. So we already went into the game with our guard with the left sprained knee, so he couldn't even move. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, his knee was swollen. He could barely move, bro. So that already put our line at a disadvantage. The Coach Julie's son, Brandon, he was already hurt too. His knees is messed up, but he played. So we had 2 of our linemen already hurt. And you remember Dom Trotter, Dom, I think Dom had knee issues there too.
So who was our championship winning line?
Shit, that was Skinner. That was
shout out Skinner.
Yeah, Skinner was big as hell. See, we were trying to replace him. That was the issue. Like, we couldn't replace him, bro. Like, that was a tackle that we couldn't replace.
Skinner. Shout out Skinner.
Yeah, Skinner was a big guy, bro. So
y'all had
we couldn't replace that, bro. And
because he was all state. I'm not all state. Was he? Who made the
either all state or all conference? We had him. We lost Jalen. Remember Jalen Smith? Is it Jalen Smith?
No, Jalen Stanley, my boy.
Jalen Stanley, yeah, Jalen Stanley. We lost him. Another all-state guard. So I'm saying, like, you lost 2 all-state.
Jalen was a great guard.
2 all-star, yeah, 2 all-star linemen, 2 all-state linemen. So that's why I was saying, like, yeah, we couldn't replace those 2 on our line.
So who all made the blue and gold game that year?
Nobody wanted to play
one of them.
Nobody wanted to play blue and gold. Because so the initiative was Frank. I think it might have been Frank, DJ, and Chi. I think all 3 of them turned it down. Or no, it might have been Frank, Eli, and Chi. I think all 3 of them turned it down. They asked me if I wanted to do it. I wound up turning it down because I was doing track, so I wasn't trying to do the blue and gold.
So where would they want to have you at?
I was a running back linebacker, so I was either going to do one of the 2. Because our head coach, Dooley, was the coach for the blue gold game. So yeah, it didn't matter. We was running our offense.
Now, who was it the year that I was supposed to graduate? Because I went to that game when Reggie.
It might have been Reggie. It might have been Reggie, Jalen, and I want to say Skinner.
I thought Skinner was there. Jalen was there too.
Yeah, Jalen, Reggie, and Skinner. Yeah, those are the 3 captains. So it made sense. But again, listen, what's good, coach? That's my coach right there. That's good, Coach Washington. So he probably got better memory than I do, but he'll be honest with you too. I got to tell him, Coach. He said ND. Yeah, I play DN too. So I play all 3: linebacker, DN, running back, and also safety. Rover, strong safety. You feel me? So I was just all over the place on the defense. It really didn't matter. You feel me? But long story short is that we didn't win that, John. It was good, Coach. We didn't win that year against Smyrna. It was, again, our team wasn't focused on winning a chip that year. I'll be honest with you, bro. Everybody was playing to go to college. That was, and I'm not even trying, like I say, that's why I couldn't just blame Titus for him not, like, it wasn't his fault. It just wasn't like our team was focused on going to college for football. That was it. Everybody was doing their own thing. We were winning, yeah, but everybody's focus was on going to college, bro. Like, we wasn't bought into, like, sacrificing for the team that year. I'll be honest with you. We seen it, though. I'm telling you, you go a team that go undefeated, but your star player, and granted, it wasn't because he wasn't talented. Like, that's for his story to tell. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna speak on what behind the scenes stuff, but when you see your full team go undefeated and none of them go like Division I for football, like that next class that comes up behind them, you just gonna do everything that those guys didn't take advantage of, which was going to camps and all that stuff. You feel me? So it said, hold on, we hit Chi. Oh yeah, Chi scored a touchdown. All right, you know what? All right. So I'll be honest with you. I scored 3 touchdowns, bro. They called one of my touchdowns back on the Phantom holding call. That's the reason why we lost that game, bro. Because if they didn't call my touchdown back, we up 20-0. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's not, we ain't losing that game at that point. But they called that touchdown back. Then Smyrna gets the ball back. They wound up scoring before I remember we injured their quarterback, bro. That was also the worst thing we could have did. And hindsight 2020. That unlocked Will Knight. I ain't gonna hold you. That right there unlocked Will Knight. And they literally ran that offense the next 2 years after this, bro. They ran that Wildcat shit, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. That right there.
So if you had to, so an interesting question. If you had to say, who would you say?
Yeah, so we could have that, John, huh?
Who would you say was an unsung team that you witnessed during your high school years? They might have won, or they might have been really good. But then, who would you say is an unsung team that you remember that was pretty good? You was like, you know what, they good. Like they could have won a chip. They might have not. Like
Yeah,
who would you say was?
Middletown, bro. That's a.
But
I
y'all
always give
stopped it.
Yeah, we stopped them, but they always a team. Like even CD now, that's what I'm saying. Like some teams gonna have they moments. Like William Penn always has his moments where either once or twice a decade they can. We always competitive, but now we just like I don't know what's going on now. It's a different story.
Yeah,
but-
y'all. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Y'all that team. Y'all the team that they gonna talk about.
Yeah, you feel me? So it's Middletown's always a team that's going to give you like.
Why did y'all didn't do? Wait a minute, y'all
What?
didn't do no celebration for the 10-year last year.
We did, bro. You're not hearing. See, you're not hearing what I'm saying. Yeah, Concord always had a good team too. Concord always had a good team. Middletown always had a good team. Sally's for sure always had a good team. Like Apple, we seen Apple. I don't know if they're still
Underrated.
Yeah, Concord's underrated. Apple is always a team like you never want to give them a chance because you'll never know like what to expect. We usually blow them out.
Hodson.
But we would have smacked Hodson. Oh my god, we would have killed Hodson. They're lucky they didn't play us, but they played with like nah. But they played our JV team, bro. That I don't count them years we lost to Hodson and St. George's. Like once we left, that was William Penn, bro. We were like the last. No, yeah, 2016 was the last real William Penn class. 2017 had remaining talent. After that, it went downhill. Let's be honest, bro. Just go look at the record, the football records. Like just look at it, bro. It's real rap. All the talent that was there.
They ain't had a good. They ain't the best.
Nah, they ain't
y'all.
I ain't gonna cap. If they had to play our team, like we smacked St. George's, we just smacked Hodson. It's not close, bro. But to answer your question, the real issue where it all came in is that we just had a lot of players just focused on, you know what I'm saying, going to college for football, bro. But
understandable.
It does make people selfish, but yeah, we would have beat them. Yeah, for sure, coach. You already know. But yeah, when your team ain't locked into everybody locked in to win a championship, like I'm talking about your star players. Like before the previous year, we were all dialed in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody did they had to do to win a championship. Once you already got that checked off the board, it's like the same thing you see in the NFL or NBA. The one year everybody focused on winning the championship, like the Knicks, but now everybody want to get paid now, right? You feel what I'm saying? Mitchell Robinson, he leaving to go get paid. You feel what I mean? It's what it is. It's what it is. Like we just seen it, bro. I'm just being honest with you. We just seen it. That's my John. My bad. I don't know what that cracking thing is, but yeah, like we just seen it, bro. And again, we didn't have that relationship that we wanted to have with our coaching staff either. I'll be honest with you, bro. Not all of our coaching staff, but like our head coach, it just wasn't what it was when we first started with football. You feel me? It was a lot different. A lot of different feelings and a lot of different emotions were involved throughout that season. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Again, that's other people's story to tell. It ain't mine. You feel me? I just be honest with you. It's just you just gotta peep how it was. Hey, appreciate the likes on TikTok too, y'all. You still here, Josh? I think
yes, sir.
So here you can. All right, bet. Yeah. I appreciate the likes too on TikTok, y'all. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean that's it. Again, look. And yo, that's what it was. You asked for the 10-year question about our 10-year anniversary. Yeah, so think about it, bro. Even on our 10-year anniversary, we didn't have everybody there, and that lets you right there what it was. You feel me? Yeah, that lets you know what it was right there. When everybody didn't, when all of our star players didn't come back. Yeah, when our star players didn't come back, that let me know. Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, because I feel like y'all had, and it's just not me going there, but I really do feel like that is one of those teams like historical. Like I don't know.
We was lit, Delaware, bro. That was probably that was my favorite. That was one of my favorite years of football, bro.
A lot, but like to go undefeated, and I know many teams have gone undefeated, but just to
witness it was a good thing, and then to be a part of it was even a better thing. But at the same time, it just lets you know, like you said, 10 years later, we have our anniversary. If not everybody shows up there, then it lets you know that it lets you know where some people stand with the coaches. I'm gonna leave it at that, bro. Because listen, I don't have a problem with nobody, you feel me? But there were things that were bigger than football. There were things that were said off the field, you know what I mean, said in meetings that some people won't let go. They
Yeah,
still
you
let
know,
go.
you always hear this, like when it comes to those teams that win the championships that haven't
Yeah.
been there in a while. Everybody knows it's always infield chaos to bring
Yeah.
that together. You hear it all the time, like
I'm trying to tell
those
you, bro.
teams, kind of
Hey,
like the
same thing in high school.
like the
Same thing
teams
in
who
high
you wouldn't
school.
expect to win, they win, and the next thing you hear, oh, they won, but there was chaos
It's
behind
chaos,
that.
bro. It was chaos, a lot of turmoil, and it was competitiveness. That's the competitiveness is why we were able to win. But it's also a reason why some people probably don't talk today. Some people don't get along. You feel me? So I can't speak on all those relationships, but yeah, it's the reason why everybody didn't show up for a 10-year anniversary. Plus, it was like a random ass, like, I mean, I don't remember what game it was. Like, it was nobody, like, even when we were there, it was like nobody in the stands. You feel what I mean? So I was even mad that I even went. Half of the, tell you the truth. Our team is trash. Oh, my bad. Let me chill. Because Sable's still a coach. That's my guy. Sable's my guy. The team isn't as good. So your alumni aren't going to be as involved if the team isn't that good. I'll leave it at that. That's all I'll say. But yeah, yo, that was it. And again, shout out to all my colonials out there, man. The real ones know. I got my coaches out here too. The real ones know, bro. Like we locked in for life, man. I see a lot of y'all recently too. I hope everybody doing good, bro. For real, you feel me? So all love to y'all, man. Look, it was a great time for me out there. I'll leave it at that. That's why I can't speak on all in-house stuff, but I would just say, hey, the real ones who know, who played football, whoever played football, no matter if it's at William Penn or anywhere in the country, like, you know what it's like just being in the locker room, bro. You're going to have your folks who are like this on this side, people on this side going bang with each other. You're going to have everybody that's cool with everybody. Then you're going to have people that got their own cliques. You feel me? So that's all it is, bro. It ain't no hard feelings towards anybody. But he asked the question. I got to answer it honestly. You feel me? And speaking on that, like, what's y'all sports history and stuff like that? If you were a former athlete, or if you're not a former athlete, that's cool. Did you do anything as far as like a band? Did you do anything as far as like anything extracurricular at school, whether it's college? You know what I'm saying, post college? Are you involved in the community now? Like for myself, I'm not involved with like youth sports. I do train my son, but he don't like me coaching his team, so I do fall back when it comes to like volunteering to coach for his teams now, because he felt like when he plays under dad, it's a different amount of pressure. So I fall back as far as coaching his teams, but I'm still involved in like either his training. I'm involved with that part. But when he go to the game, I'm just dad at that moment. You feel me? I tell him all the time, I'm gonna get you ready for the moment. But when you go out there on the field or you go out there on the court, I'm dad. I'm not your coach. I'm not your trainer no more. Like I fall back because I don't want him to feel like and same thing, I'm saying, being pressured on them. I'm like, nah, like you have to do a sport just to stay active. I don't care what you do out there on the floor. And is that Laura? Oh, I'm taking my glasses, like that's gonna help. Laura Lotus. Oh, my bad. Listen, whoever told you glasses help you see better, I swear they lied to you, bro. Like I got these damn prescription and it doesn't I still can't see. I can see, but it's like I think I got this light. The light might mess you up. But what's good, you lawyers? Thank you for joining the live too. Appreciate everybody for your likes and tuned into the live too. But yeah, like if you played a sport or if you did an extracurricular activity, again, either in high school or in college or post college, if you're involved with youth activities or I guess high school still youth too. Like, how do you feel about that? Where you see a team that might be close or they could win, but they're not close necessarily in the locker room, or once everything is done, like once the sport is done and stuff like that, they may not still be close pros to that. Original Asia, Alsa, Assad, Alza. I don't know, bro. That's a hard name. Original something. Original A. No, I'm tripping. Original Sage. Original Saj or Sage or Saha. I don't know, bro. I'm trying. It ain't the SAJH is I don't know how to pronounce that part. Yo, Josh. What, you underwater, bro?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, yeah. Hey, blessed
Okay.
by beauty. Oh, blessed beauty, Baha. To the Baha. All right, my bad. To the Baha. What's up, man? How you doing? Hope you having a blessed night too. No pun intended. But yeah, bro. Answer your question. Like that was all like yeah, so I'm not gonna put it all on my boy Titus. Cause I seen Titus recently, like within the last couple of years. He still looks the same, trying to being in good shape and stuff. Danielle, thanks for joining the stream too. But yeah, like he's still in good shape, bro. So yeah, no, no love lost for anybody on the team. I'll just answer your question. It just didn't I don't know how other people feel. They may feel differently. I just know for me, I just feel like our team wasn't bought in for the coaching staff. We wasn't putting our. I know for me speaking, after what was said, I think it was either during a week or a week before. We had a bye week before that playoff game, so somewhere in between there, where it was just like a disconnect between us and our head coach. You feel me? I ain't gonna put our head coach under the bus, but I'm being honest. Our players did not want to be under his dictatorship no more. You feel what I'm saying?
Not dictatorship.
Bro, shit, bro. We ready to. We ready to go to college. That's what I'm saying. But we ready to leave. But we ready to be out of Wilmington. We ready to leave Delaware. We ready to explore our next opportunity at the next level. We is not worrying about high school football no more, bro. I'm just keeping it in the buck with you. You ain't bought in. You feel me? I mean, we was bought in the year before as juniors because we were trying to win a chip. But once we got that was always our goal. Once we won that chip, we trying to go to college, bro. Trying to go play Division I football or run Division I track. We want to go Division I, D1. That's what it's all about. You feel me?
So that year y'all won, what would you say was the game that made you realize y'all were going to go all the way?
Once we beat Sally's. We beat Sally's 13-7, I think it was. Yeah, once we beat them, we kind of knew we had a chance of winning. And then once we beat Middletown, it was for sure. Like, yeah, we could definitely. Because we barely beat Sally's. We beat Sally's by a touchdown. And shout out to Marvell for that kick return touchdown. You feel me? So we beat them by a touchdown. That was our hardest game of the season. But it was Sally's was our toughest game. And that Concord game. Remember we had that night game at William Penn for the first time? And we almost lost to Concord and shit. That's when he was going against A.B. Roberts, and he wound up going to Oregon State as a linebacker and shit. But this is before we knew who he was. He just blew up on the scene. I know where he's a sophomore, bro. And he was just rocking shit. He was like, who the fuck is this? That man, bro, he had, I'm not mistaken. I think he had 18 tackles that game, bro. It was some like crazy ass stat. Like he was going, bro, he was the only player I ever seen shut down Reggie. That's when he was like, oh shit. Like once he won that game though, it was like, all right, yeah, nobody else could beat us. If we didn't want to play Concord again in the playoffs, for sure we didn't want to play them niggas, bro. But outside of that, yeah, nobody else is fucking with us after that, bro. Because we beat everybody else. I think we beat St. Mark's. We beat St. Mark's to start the year off. That was also like, once we beat St. Mark's, that let us know be a serious football team. When we beat Sally's at Middletown, oh yeah, nobody was talking about us then. And then we beat that Concord game. We knew we was going undefeated after that, bro. That's a given. But it was definitely that first game of the year. We beat St. Mark's. That was a program changer for everybody. Remember, we didn't beat St. Mark's in a minute, bro. Like, it's been years since we beat St. Mark's. You feel what I'm saying? It wasn't like they just like a random ass team. This is when St. Mark's was still St. Mark's before they lost. Like, I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened to their program. But literally, after we beat them that year, I think they just became like trash after that, bro. It was so shocking to see. I don't know what happened to them though. I'm not sure if they got like, if they just labeled down like the Division II after that. I don't know what happened after that, bro. I'm not sure if something was going on at the school or for enrollment or what happened to that school, bro. I have no idea, but they just fell off after that. But yeah, no, it's just Delaware, bro. But to your point, man, look, those are my guys. You feel me? I was always happy that we was able to accomplish that goal. It's always refreshing to go back and look at that time too. Everything is so much different back then, but yeah, hindsight 2020. We just wish a lot of our star players from that championship team was able to go to, go play at the next level too. That's really what we wanted. That's what we really were wishing for. You feel me?
Yes, sir. I definitely understand.
Yeah, so that was all, bro. We just wish that they was able to get the looks and stuff. Unfortunately, they weren't able to. So it was the next group up was us. So I'm saying all of us is more so focused on, because like it's kind of being honest with your life. Like, hey, we could go for that championship, or we could still be a good team. You know what I mean? We was only lost one game in the regular season, so we were still a good team, but it was focused on getting to that next level. Everybody wants to play Division I, be a Division I athlete, regardless if they're in track, football, no matter what it is, basketball, soccer, hockey, from lacrosse. Everybody wants to say they're a D1 athlete, just to say they're D1, bro. You feel me?
That's true.
That's why I couldn't just blame Titus for that loss. It was a group effort in regards to just everybody focus is different, and rightfully so. I don't blame nobody for that, John, bro. I was mad we lost because we was already winning. That's why I was mad. I didn't really care that we lost after that. I was ready for track season to start, but I was mad that we lost because we were already up in the game. That's what pissed me off. I'm a real competitive person, but I hate If we winning and we lose, oh yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off, bro. That's a stinker right there. You feel me? I was still locked in, but I don't know if everybody else is locked in, bro. You feel me? Teresa, thanks for joining. Oh, that's a Teresa, the real. I gotta put your glasses back on. The real Buzz. Thanks for joining the TikTok live, man. Hoping y'all having a good night too. It's Friday night. Y'all vibing up with your boy. I appreciate it. Oh, should be at 2 hours on the John too, Josh. I know if you want to keep going or what's up.
It's up to you.
I'm good, bro. I'm gonna be on probably that. I'm gonna still be live on TikTok. So if we done here, I just keep my live on TikTok going and just go that route.
Yeah, I can pop in on the TikTok.
You said what?
I said I can pop in on TikTok.
Yeah, because I can't. Hey, Zan, appreciate it. I can't do anything on this. I wish I could just put TikTok on here. It would make it so much easier, bro. Feed, thanks for joining live on TikTok too.
About to actually go in there right now. Appreciate everybody that tuned in on here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's always gonna be this Friday night.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna definitely go in there and see what's going on.
Yeah, I gotta I might just do the TikTok drum probably for like another 30 minutes. Then it's 12 until 12, probably like 12:05. All right, so I'm gonna end it here, y'all. Thanks to everybody that tuned in tonight to the stream. Hoping y'all enjoy the rest of that night too. Peace. We'll be back on tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern time. So I'll tell everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. We'll be live tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have some gameplay on as well. So be sure to look out, for some 2K Call of Duty. Hey, I got this game on PC too. It's called Where the Winds Meet. So I may try to stream that a little bit too, so I can interact with you guys on here a little bit too. So let me know. If you want to come to TikTok, Mal_Stacks26. I'll be live over here for the next probably 30 minutes for an hour, depending on how the chat is over there too. So appreciate y'all for tuning into tonight's stream. Again, subscribe to the channel, leave a like and comment as well if you watch this after the live is over. And we'll tune in tomorrow with you guys. Peace, man.